This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome into the channel today. Well, Team Canada, Team Finland live on TSN NHL Network. That's where I know you can catch the game, but this evening, top spot in Group A or B up for grabs. As tonight we start with Canada versus Finland for top spot in Group A, then quickly transition a little bit after to Group B, where we'll get things going with Sweden and the USA 7:30, just similar to last night's effort, of course. So tonight we start with Canada at 4 p.m., go to USA Sweden at 7:30. It's going to be a fun ride this evening here on Dolany TV, and ladies and gentlemen, I am very excited for you to join me for what's going to be a heck of an evening here on YouTube, all across the hockey spectrum on YouTube. Things are about to go bonkers. It is going to be a crazy evening. It is New Year's Eve. Good night 2020 coming up here at midnight this evening. 12 Mountain Standard Time in Alberta. Tonight, the drinks on tap. Well, you know what? I've got pink lemonade. We've been going with the iced tea all live streams long so far for the World Juniors. Pink lemonade, I'm always a big fan of showing you what's in the cup. So pink lemonade out of the soda stream into the cup, and away we go for what's going to be one heck of an evening here on YouTube. Sam, good evening. Welcome in. Glad to have you along. Well, I guess it's good afternoon in Baco. It's currently 2:22 p.m. on the west coast in Cali. Ryan, is this just your reaction or is this game streamed here? Unfortunately, I can't stream the game. That is copyright. I know a lot of you probably tuning in very early are looking for that. My apologies, but what I do tell you is do stick around if you can't find the game. I'd be glad to guide you through what is going to be one heck of a hockey game between Canada and Finland. High-powered offense, what it appears to be out of Canada so far, and secondarily to that, a good Finnish team that knows how to play defense every single tournament. Doesn't matter what they're doing, they know how to play defense. So we look forward to seeing if Canada can match up against that. Divinity, welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. 50-62. Folks joining into the stream already nice and early. There we go. Figured I'd fire up a bit early. You know, here's the difficult thing. I am just sitting here doing nothing to begin with, so might as well fire up and get things going. John, welcome in. Now, John's also going to be live doing the same thing as me this evening, bringing you commentary, reaction, and everything you need to know about tonight's World Juniors matchup between Canada and Finland, and then he'll transition over to Sweden and USA. He's probably going to go the full distance right through game start today at 3:30 on the TSN feed, and then go bang across to the game versus Sweden and USA. No break in between. That's how John does things as far as I've seen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta stop for prime rib dinner here on New Year's Eve. Alright, I'm gonna let you in on that secret. I got something cooking up, just a dandy in the oven. Alright, anyway, this should be a good game, ladies and gentlemen. For us as Oilers fans, if you're not here familiar with Dolany TV, what I need to tell you is I'm an Oilers fan. I'm an Oilers homer. I'm the most biased person you have ever seen against any other team because I'm an Oilers fan. However you want to say it, I'm the most biased fan for Oilers. Whatever. That is what I do here on YouTube. That's the only way I can explain it. Oilers all the time. So, from an Oilers perspective, why would I be live streaming Canada versus Finland and Sweden versus USA? I'll tell you why I'd be live streaming those two games. Pretty dang simple. Dylan Holloway, first round pick in the 2020 NHL entry draft. He is playing for Canada. 2019, 8th overall draft pick for the Edmonton Oilers. Philip Broberg is playing for Team Sweden. So yes, indeed, we need to get those two supported and going this evening. So that's why we're live streaming, is simply to cover those two and get things going. Bernard, welcome in. And Miko, Finland will destroy Canada. Now, as a Canadian, somebody who's rooting for Canada, obviously for a couple of reasons, I will tell you, I would not be surprised. Canada needs a wake-up call this tournament, and losing to Finland, very much so, would be it. So I look forward to seeing what Finland brings against us tonight and bringing kind of a great game, right? Canada's first great game. Slovakia was great, sure, but it was also one of those where it was a tough go for Canadian fans because, man, you watch your team just play like crap all game, just overcomplicate a hockey game. So tonight we're looking for them not to do that. That's the key. Keep it simple. Pucks to the net, get it going, and see what Canada can produce against a much stingier, much better Finnish team than any other competition we have faced so far this tournament. Alright, so what we got going on is, okay, welcome in. Did I catch Leo's video on Broberg and the Hedman comments? See, problem is I uploaded a video at the same exact time, then went for a dog walk, then fired up the stream. I'm going to have to catch that later tonight. Trust me, there will be a lot of time for me to fill between 11 and midnight before I go to bed, after the streams end and by the time I go to bed. So we'll cover that, no problem. And Sam, the question is, right now, do we know if Broberg is out of Sweden's lineup? I'm not actually sure. I haven't heard anything. I'm sure by the time 5 o'clock rolls around here in Alberta, we will hear something out of the Edmonton Oilers Twitter account as to if Philip Broberg is good to go for this evening's game. In case you missed last night's game, Philip Broberg just absolutely was hurting. The guy couldn't stand upright, it looked like, and then obviously try to play defense, let alone score any goals offensively. It was a disaster for Philip Broberg, that is for sure. Now, what I need to get to is, Pimp, you commented about Holloway deserved to be on the top line. It's maybe not so much Holloway deserving to be on the top line as Team Canada needs Holloway on the top line. Why does Team Canada need Holloway on the top line? The same reason the Edmonton Oilers need Zach Kassian on the top line. That's all I got to say on that one. So now, let's get to it. Canadian welcome in. Bernard, you'll enjoy watching Jake Sanderson this evening. Well, Jake Sanderson and Team USA, there's a lot to watch on Team USA. A lot of talent in the past 2 drafts has come out of the USA, and it'll be interesting to see just what they feature tonight against Team Sweden, who, John, yes, hopefully Broberg will be healthy, because it changes the live stream for Sweden for sure, especially here on YouTube, if Philip Broberg's in or out. Not necessarily for the audience, more so personally as a YouTuber who covers hockey. You sit there and, well, Philip Broberg's kind of the dynamic piece of Sweden. You'd like to cover the hot topic, if you would. Obviously Raymond and all the rest, but Philip Broberg's quite a topic. As you see, by Lego Rock's absolutely dominating, having how many ever views already on his discussion about Mr. Philip Broberg this afternoon. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I need to tell you is I cannot bring you live coverage tonight without a good friend of mine up in northern Alberta, in the Edmonton area. He allowed me access to his TSN Direct account. Now that's something you can sign up for a one-day thing. Do that for the gold medal game if you can't catch it. But anyway, he allowed me direct access through his TSN Direct account. That's how I'm live streaming. So in the comments right now, I just posted the channel link to my good buddy X Snipes Edmonton Oilers, who allowed me access to his TSN Direct account. And there you can go hit that subscribe button for him. Help him out. He's on that grind to 1,000 subscribers, I think. He's sitting around 225. So help him out if you can. Everyone counts. And you know what? He's got some very good content as well. I'm not just sitting here telling you to go subscribe to a dead account. Let me tell you that. So with that, it is 3:29. That means we have TSN That's Hockey closing out and Team Canada on the clock. It's the last minute of play on TSN That's Hockey. Let me tell you, young Tyson used to live for the last minute of play on TSN That's Hockey. As young Tyson, I'm talking teenage Tyson, but Finland, Canada, top of the clock, 4 p.m. this afternoon we get things underway. Or if you're somewhere else, how about I just say half an hour from now we get things underway between Canada and Finland. I want to say Canada and the USA, but that's a matchup split between 2 Nordic countries this year, Finland and Sweden, getting the honors to duel 2 of the top nations in World Junior Hockey. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be one heck of a hockey game tonight. Right now, if you want to get your excitement in the chat, love to see you in there. And of course, hear who you're cheering for tonight. For Oilers fans, it's pretty cut and dry. Canada, and that's about it. Really, there's nothing tying us to Finland. So maybe if you're a fan of another hockey team in the NHL, maybe you're cheering for somebody else that isn't Team Canada in this one. That would be interesting to hear. But you've got Canada versus Finland starting at 4 p.m. Then you go transition to, of course, Sweden and the USA And Soda, you're coming in here to tell me to get a job. Well, let me tell you, guys, if you sit here and think I'm doing this for the money, you are quite incorrect. I have my full-time job. What I tell you is I do this for the fun. I am a former broadcaster, former Junior B and Junior A hockey broadcaster, and you know what? This is how I keep my career active, ladies and gentlemen. So for that, if you want to see a semi-retired play-by-play broadcaster give you the play-by-play of tonight's World Juniors game, well, you stay tuned for the next 2.5 hours and you tell me how it all works out for you. With that, we are hitting the 3:30 mark. That means TSN's James Duthie is on our screen, and it appears we are going to have a tribute to the frontline workers. I think this is what I saw on Twitter a few moments ago, and this, of course, this song brought to you by Parker McCollum called Hell of a Year. It's a good way to describe 2020, if I tell you. And I mean, no matter what you think, no matter what you believe, whatever, it's been a heck of a year. I mean, for me personally, of course, getting to watch the Oilers back in the playoffs, whether you count play-ins or not. Hey, you know what? The stats count as playoff points, and Connor McDavid got playoff points this year. 9 of them total, by the way. And now we cap it off with the tradition, no matter how bad of a year it is, the World Juniors on New Year's Eve. Don't get much better than that, does it, ladies and gentlemen? Daniel, welcome in from Brazil. Glad to have you along. And let's see, Michael, how am I doing tonight? I'm doing all right. You know what? It was a strong, hard day at work today, just grinding down those last 5 hours or so before New Year's Day. And, well, now here we are, live on YouTube, getting things going for what's going to be a heck of a hockey game between Finland and Canada at the top of the clock, right? It's wherever you are, the clock's just past the half-hour mark. Well, top of the clock, Happy New Year between Canada and Finland. It'll take us to about 7:30 or 8 o'clock, hopefully this one. And then, of course, we get into the 6:30 or 7 o'clock. And then we get into the 7 o'clock matchup against Sweden and the USA. Across the world, Sydney, Moscow, Russians, Australians, everybody on that side of the world enjoying the new year starting. And, of course, us here in Canada closing things out a little bit behind. Only 3:30 in the afternoon here in Alberta. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It's my pleasure to have you along. And I will enjoy to have you tonight. And go Junior B Canadians, St. Paul, let's go. Okay. You know what? That is, Kay's actually making a good point there. That is where I am from. The Lakeland region of Alberta. I have spent 2 seasons of my junior hockey play-by-play career covering the St. Paul Canadians. So if you need any coverage on that, in fact, I could show you some of that, but we'll hold to that right there. And let's see. Well, now you get to relax with a beverage of your choice. Well, I get to relax with the pink lemonade out of the Soda Stream. It is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And here we go. How's everybody tuning in from across the world this evening? We're getting ready for what's going to be a heck of a hockey game. That's all I can really keep pumping you up. Let's play some roller hockey around. There you go, Mike and Daniel solidifying things there. Canada versus Finland. Winner wins gold. 2014, Finland wins gold. Canada wins gold. Okay, all right. Last 6 games at the World Junior Championship. Interesting to see what happens here for Canada and Finland, I guess, this evening. A little bit of interest there for us. But now, again, you get that digital interview, whatever TSN does there. That is, Bob McKenzie finally figured it out. I think he hadn't figured it out the first couple of times. But it's interesting to see how this all works out. Looks like Devin Levi might start again today for the Canadians. That's going to be exciting to see. I haven't really found too much information out there on tonight's game for Canada. I know Dylan Holloway of the Edmonton Oilers is on the top line. That will be great to see for sure. And I would like to see what else we can find here on this Canada game. Lots of news in the NHL today. Obviously, the New York Islanders confirming a whole bunch of signings. Connor Zary signing with the Calgary Flames. Lots going on. It'll be interesting to kind of see what happens here in the next couple of days across the NHL. There are 8 unrestricted free agents still left from the 2021 season, or for the 2021 season. Kunin, Borgstrom, Roslovic, Barzell, Strome, Sorella, Brot, and Timashov are the only RFAs left at this point. Things winding down here in 2020 as we get prepared for the 2021 NHL season. Of course, that big part of that is getting through this World Juniors. Pierre-Luc Dubois signing a $5 million extension per season for the next 2 years with Columbus. That's news you might have missed this afternoon. It came down after rumors he was going to request a trade potentially. New Jersey's released their training camp roster. So there's a lot, my friends, going on in the world of the NHL today. And the NHL lines, the practice lines this morning, Devin Levi looks to be the starting goaltender. And then you've got Dylan Holloway, Connor McMichael, and Dylan Cousins as your top line. Jack Quinn, Quinton Byfield, Jacob Pelche in there as your second line. Dawson Mercer, Ryan Suzuki, Philip Tomasinu as your third line. Cole Perfetti, Alex Newhook, Peyton Krebs as your fourth line. I really don't know what to read into that. Team Canada Andre Tarigny has made me spin a million times around with the lines. It doesn't make much sense to me. But ladies and gentlemen, what I have to tell you is if you have a chance right now, if you could take a second and hit like on the stream. We're already up to 132 of you tuning in live at once. I'm sure we can at least hit 25 likes out of that, but secondary to that, what I got to say is we can hit a whole bunch more people in here. So far, the old stream looks pretty solid, and I'm getting ready for what's going to be an excellent game to enjoy with all of you this evening. Cannot wait. So, TSN, you've got the lines. You've got Holloway, McMichael, and Cousins on the top line. So this is what it looks like. Perfetti, Newhook, and Krebs is the second line. Quinn, Byfield, Pelche is the third line. And then you've got Mercer, Suzuki, Tomasinu as your fourth line. There we go. And let's see, is it nice to go lose? What are we talking about? We're Team Canada, Finland. Nobody's lost yet. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight, that's for sure. Steve, thank you for tuning in. And what do we got? Pink Whitney? No, it's not Pink Whitney, although I did enjoy that several times in the summertime. This is just pink lemonade brewed up in the soda stream. Crazy, I know. All right, when does the puck drop? Ladies and gentlemen, about 20 minutes from now, the puck shall drop, and we shall get things underway. Mr. Dom, you are tuned in from Edmonton. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to let me know in the chat tonight where everybody's coming in from. I know during Oilers streams, we typically do that in the first intermissions. So if you want to let me know this evening where you're tuning in from across the world, this is the whole thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And Pavani, Canada will lose. I would not be surprised. I would absolutely not be surprised if Canada loses this game. It's very much so the wake-up call they need if they do. That's the thing. I may be a Team Canada homer being a Canadian, but same thing is at some point you got to lose, and right now would be a really good time to lose to Finland. All right, let's get it going. I know 2020 wasn't easy. James, you and me both. It was a very tough year this year in 2020, especially if you're an Oilers fan. But we managed to get through it, and it is what it is we'll get through another day of it, and then done and dusted into 2021. Let me tell you, work I don't think has ever been crazier for me in 2020. So we'll see if 2021 proves to up that ante just a bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris, you're tuning in from Youngstown, Ohio. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. As earlier today, we had Czech Republic versus Austria, finishing off the tournament for Austria. Czech Republic absolutely walked all over them. I believe it was like 7-0 for the Czech Republic this afternoon. That's absolutely brutal. Their goaltender just, that goal looks really ugly. And I mean, he's looking at the ref. What am I supposed to do? But is what it is. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. It's, 7-0 in Group B, Czech Republic. I guess I could actually be of use to you guys here pregame and get you set up here. The standings. The standings in Group A. 3-0 Canada versus 3-0 Finland this evening. And then Germany is 4-1, 4 games played, 1-1, 0 and 2, so 1 win, 1 OT loss, 0 OT losses, or 1 OT win, 0 OT losses, 2 losses for 5 points for third in the division. Slovakia in there with 4 points, 1 win, 1 OT loss, and 2 losses on the tournament. Switzerland out as well. Russia, 2 wins, 1 OT win, 8 points so far in the tournament. They could clinch first if, I believe, the United States wins in overtime. I believe that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure there. And there's a whole bunch of combinations in Group B that we'll get to. Bob McKenzie had an excellent tweet out about it this afternoon, so we won't worry too much about everything. We'll just get the job done here from our point of view, watching Canada, and then, ladies and gentlemen, you can join me later this evening for coverage of Team Sweden and Team USA if you so choose. All right, Jeff, welcome in from Saskatchewan. Hey, let's go Oilers. That's all I gotta say. And did they ever say what's wrong with Broberg? I think Team Sweden's being very careful not saying anything about that. You know, it's somewhere, I believe, on the right side, midsection down to somewhere in the knee or foot area for Broberg. Who knows exactly what it is, but unfortunately that's a sight to watch for the Oilers, watching Philip Broberg getting out there and just absolutely struggling on the ice due to him being hurt, that's for sure. So Germany, for miracle run to bronze medal. Let's go, Michael. That would be quite something. We are kind of anticipating to see Germany have a good medal round. The first time they've ever qualified for the quarterfinals, and now they've got their full team pretty much healthy, out of quarantine, ready to go. So that'll be exciting to watch for us as just hockey fans, how Team Germany does in the medal rounds. And Jack, welcome in. We're 18 minutes away from top of the clock here, getting set for Team Canada versus Team Finland. It's going to be a very fun game this evening. Cannot wait. Group B is a mess. Group A, very straightforward. Whoever wins tonight's game between Canada and Finland clinches top spot in the group and the number 1 seed in Group A. That is absolutely going to be the biggest thing for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I got to say is, Oilers, I'll answer that and other questions. I'll open up a Q&A before the NHL season, but I just pretty much use a webcam. Pretty much that's it. Here we go. We are sitting. Ready for this one? I've got that there. I'm just making sure we got everything done and dusted and taken care of here. I'm not seeing anything new of note on Twitter. That's good news, as it seems everything is pretty much settled in and ready to go for what's going to be a good game this afternoon between Canada and Finland. New Year's Eve, of course. You know what? Winner faces Czech Republic in the quarterfinal. Loser gets USA or Sweden on Saturday. So, you know what? That's the thing. We sat here and we're wondering what the situation in Group B is. Well, it's pretty easily laid out for us. Saturday, we can face Czech Republic, or we can face, of course, Sweden. That's it. That's all. Sweden, good to go. Canada, I don't want that. We want that in the gold medal. We don't want that in the quarterfinals, all right? If you've tuned in to any other live streams, you understand where we're going with that. I don't have to explain it too much further. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our good man TSN's James Duthie on my television screen. That's where I second. Let's find out what we get going here. As we got it going here for... Oh, he's just talking about things changing. Okay, easy to go. And Soda, would I like to tell you the finish lines? I would. If I could find them on Twitter, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the finish lines on Twitter, and I can't find them anywhere. That's the hard part. I can't seem to find them anywhere on Twitter. So if I could bring those to you, I would. Unfortunately, I can't find them anywhere, and that is just what it is this afternoon. We'll get to it, I'm sure, at some point as we go along in tonight's matchup. All right, so let's see. Hopefully, Holloway has a solid game tonight. That's the thing, guys. If you're sitting here expecting me to be the guy to give you a full analysis on Team Canada or Team Finland, you've got the wrong guy. I'm an Edmonton Oilers YouTuber. That's what I do well. That's what I cover. Oilers all the time. So to tell you that for the Oilers, all I gotta tell you is simply Dylan Holloway's in the lineup for the Edmonton Oilers, and that's all I care, is watching Dylan Holloway go out there and succeed this evening. That's what matters to me. Canada, you know what? Canada could probably lose 5-4 and Dylan Holloway has 4 points, and I'm probably pretty happy. Of course, if I get invested in the game, it's a whole nother thing, but it is what it is, and we'll find out. As Albert, welcome in the live stream. We are having ourselves a nice, calm start to this live stream. I can't wait to see how it all pans out. They've got a commemorative thing going on TSN right now to the NHL bubble, and we cannot wait to get this hockey game underway. That is for sure. Now 14 minutes away from the top of the clock. Steve, do I think Evan Bouchard makes the Oilers? I believe Evan Bouchard definitely makes the Edmonton Oilers as the 4th right-hand shot defenseman this year. It's going to be interesting. Let me tell you, if you're just tuning in and you're tuning in for the Canada-Finland game, as an Oilers fan, let me tell you this. Keep your eyes on the Oilers. It's going to be a heck of a season for them. The Canadian North Division in the NHL is going to be the must-watch division in the NHL this year. So if you got any way to figure out how to watch Canadian NHL games all winter long, all spring long, get it done, because it's going to be an absolute dandy of a division. That is for sure. I promise you that. So, as we find ourselves 13 minutes now away from the top of the clock, I'd like to see if we can get statistics, leading goal scorers and stuff for the tournament so far as we enter the final night of action. Tim Stützle, 10 points in 4 games played, leads the tournament. Look at that. Team Germany, they got some players. JJ Peterka as well, 10 points in 4 games played. Trevor Zegras, how about 10 points in 3 games played? Dylan Cousins, 3 games played, and a total of 9 points on the tournament, a +5. Absolutely insanity for Dylan Cousins. But how about Team Germany? 3 of the top 5 scorers in the tournament. I mean, who else were they supposed to play? Florian Elias up there with 8 points as well. Quinton Byfield with 7 in 3 games. And when it comes to goal scoring in the tournament, there's been a couple of great guys. Peterka, Cousins, Tomasinu for Canada, Gunler, Boldy, all with 4, and of course Zegras and Stützle with 5. Craziness as it is. Hey, you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun, shall we? Close this out. Canada, Sweden, USA, and of course Finland have a chance to add to the point totals this evening, and that will finish it off for 2021. And Michael, yeah, you told me to watch him. He's been solid. Well, for Germany, he had no other choice but to be solid, and that's the nice part. Is you like to watch guys perform under pressure. That's what the NHL is all about. And Florian Elias doing it not too bad at all. And Albert, you're talking about the Chara signing from yesterday with the Washington Capitals. When it comes to the Boston Bruins, they weren't going to play him anyway. It's not the fact that they are easily replacing him. Even if he was there, he was already replaced. Even if he was still under contract, they would have replaced him in the lineup, and that's unfortunate. You don't want to watch a captain, a long-tenured captain, move on, but you had to do it, and, well, for Capitals and Washington, it worked out okay. So it'll remain to be seen how it all pans out, though, for the Boston Bruins this season. I don't know what to expect out of them. I don't know what to expect out of any NHL team, and I don't even know if I'll be able to expect to keep up with the American teams this year, and that's the interesting part. It could be an absolute complete mess trying to keep up with American squads this year. All right, let me check this out here and see if I can't find some more information on this game tonight. Nothing going on the NHL and Oilers Insiders list on Twitter here that I've put together. Is what it is, and all they have to do is beat Russia or the USA or Sweden. Miracles in the bubble. Well, for Germany, yeah, absolutely. They could definitely put together a solid game and get the job done against Russia, Sweden, USA, whoever they come up against. They very well might go out there and at least make it to the semis and then find themselves in the bronze medal game at worst. You imagine the headlines if Germany wins gold at this tournament. That would be insanity. 6 players have earned 6 points in a single game for Canada. 1978, Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux in 83. You got Dylan Cousins in 2021 and Quinton Byfield in 2021. That is insanity. 2 of the guys to do it did it this year in games. I mean, against weaker competition maybe, but Gretzky and Lemieux, that's pretty prestigious competition to be up against. We've talked about Evan Bouchard already. Yes, as the 4th right-hand shot defenseman, he makes it. Matt, to answer your question, if not already answered, it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, top of the clock. Whatever time it is right now for you, top of the clock, Eastern Time, that's when you're going to watch this game. Starts in 10 minutes time. Quinton Byfield on our television set. Nice to see him wake up. It was getting a little bit concerning in those first few games for Canada not seeing him get going, but it is what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry to disappoint. I cannot show you the game due to copyright. I got way too good of a thing going here with the Oilers, so unfortunately I will not be live streaming the game. But as a semi-retired play-by-play commentator and, of course, television host, I will be glad to carry you along in this evening's live stream. I mean, the worst I can do is keep you informed, and if you can't find the game elsewhere, at least I've got you informed for what's going on. And I mean, if you want to hear, like I said, a semi-retired play-by-play junior broadcaster bring you junior hockey on YouTube, is what it is. I ain't judging if you don't want to, but I'd be glad to do it for you this evening on New Year's Eve. Alright, so that's covered. We're good there. Let's get it going. Let's go have a heck of a hockey game this evening. Now sitting 8 minutes prior to the game firing up. We don't have much else going on. And we got to see if we can find something going here. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is one thing I have forgotten to mention all tournament long so far is for $7.99 Canadian. You can go to tsn.ca, click on the live tab, and buy a day pass for $7.99. So on Dolany TV, right, we're covering tonight Sweden versus Finland. Well, that tells you, and I can tell you what that tells you, is for a game pass for $8 plus GST, so $8.40, you can buy Canada versus Finland and Sweden versus the USA. It's a 24-hour pass. Heck, you can even watch SportsCenter in the morning to get regrouped on everything World Juniors. Absolute insanity how $8.40 can get you tonight. I mean, might be the cheapest $8.40 you've spent at home all this time. As Albert, it's coming on 7 o'clock in Labrador. Well, that is solid. I mean, out there in Labrador, I don't have too many people that often tune in from Labrador. That is sweet. Thank you so much for tuning in from there. And Matt, no, I am Pink Whitney. It is just pink lemonade. The Pink Whitney is reserved for the summer months when I can be out in the backyard, sun's out, guns out, sitting on the lounger, enjoying the sunshine in plus 30, not sitting in the basement streaming hockey in minus 12. I think that's what it's outside, so it's tough. The old days, there weren't as many teams that got beat 16-2. Jeff, well, that is probably true. As we're getting ready for what's going to be a solid game tonight. Let's see what we can do. For Team Canada and Finland, I'm looking forward to both teams playing some good hockey and seeing what we can go. Cam, you're going with Canada sucks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the most feisty stream we've had all game, that's for sure. And Matt, I don't know if the USA can get it, but go to tsn.ca and just check around, poke your head around, or NHLnetwork.com may have a pass for you as well. The NHL Network is streaming the World Juniors games in the USA. And Mortal, you're down there in New Brunswick, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in coast to coast and around the world this evening. Maybe an old hockey saying you've heard once or twice. And yes, it's still a better deal to pay $24 each month for the channels. 100% it is, but if you're only tuning in for tonight's game because it's New Year's Eve and despite everything going on in the world, you got nothing better to do, well, ladies and gentlemen, $8.40, not a bad deal at all. But, I mean, you spend the $20 and you get the rest of the tournament, that being the bronze medals, the semis, the quarters, and you get the gold medal finals. Not too bad at all. So yeah, isn't that crazy? Welcome to how big of a country Canada is. There's about 8 time zones, 4 time zones, 6 time zones. Something crazy for that. All right. And Craig, for the amount I cover the Oilers, well, you know what? End of the day, for the amount I cover the Oilers, I should have some season tickets already bought. But that's something I got to work towards and find my seats. Trust me, row 17 off the glass to the left or to the right of the away penalty box is not bad seats at all. I believe it was the away penalty box. If I was paying full attention, maybe I would have been doing good. Austin, what do you think of Bowen Byram on Canada? He's from my hometown here. Well, I'm going to tell you, Bowen Byram has not looked solid. Bowen Byram has had a very rough tournament so far from what I've seen. I've only watched 2 Canadian games. I didn't watch the game against Switzerland, so it is what it is. But I guess, to put it lightly, is I have not been impressed very heavily by Bowen Byram so far. To say that he was supposed to be the best Canadian defender, I guess. He's been good at times, but not the best Canadian defender that he was supposed to be. So it is tough. And Danielle, where to live stream? You can buy the day pass from tsn.ca, and secondarily to that, what I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is if you have a Bell Mobility cell phone, okay, if you have a Bell Mobility cell phone in Canada, you have access to the Bell 5 TV app. The Bell 5 TV app just so happens to have TSN's main channels on there. Guess what's on the TSN main channels? Oh, heck yeah. Guess what? The hockey game. So that's what you want to do. That's what you absolutely want to do, is go check if you've got a Bell mobile cell phone but don't have cable. You can watch the game on your phone. And hey, if you're already planning on watching the game on a live stream, you're doing it virus-free, for free, because you're paying your cell phone bill every month. And guess what? It's okay that you're not tuning in the live stream. I'm totally dandy with it because you're watching the game. And at the end of the day, I want the game covered for you, whether I do it for you or whether you are able to watch it on your cell phone via the Bell 5 TV app. Nobody's told me they've taken advantage of that yet, but please double check. If you're asking that you want to live stream the game, check if you have a contract through Bell and if you've got the Bell 5 TV app, because that will set you up to watch tonight's hockey game on TSN in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 3:58. We are moments away from the top of the clock. And, well, it is going to be one heck of a hockey game this evening. Let me tell you, I cannot wait to bring it to you. Ramble off some old play-by-play here as an old retired Junior B broadcaster. Can't wait to do it for you. And, Gav, how's the weather today in Edmonton? Well, here in southern Alberta, it's, like I said, minus 12, plus 2, depending if you're on one side of the house or the other. And secondarily to that, New Zealand sounds beautiful. I must make a trip down, and I would love to make a trip down sometime. And why is Canada being overestimated, Taro? I don't think Canada's being overestimated. I think the problem is you'd underestimate them a little bit based on we don't know how good they are, and potentially the problem is you should be better than what you've shown against the bad teams, because you should be able to compete against good teams based on what you have shown. Kind of a reverse of a damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. And the game starts at 4 p.m. That's when the broadcast of the game begins, and I'll have coverage of everything you need to know. I'll bring you through, and we'll get going for what's going to be a heck of a hockey game this evening. That's all I keep building it up as. I know, lame, very lame billing up, but what else do I have to say? That's for sure. So here we go. Can't show the game, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to. Trust me, if I could show you the game and do the play-by-play for you, that would be my dream. That would be my absolute dream. But unfortunately, there's a thing called copyright. You can't do it. Is what it is. So instead, we get set for Dylan Holloway of the Edmonton Oilers to take a top-line feature for Team Canada this evening and hopefully clinch top spot in Group A, now 4 o'clock, and we are getting set for what's going to be the craziest game of the tournament so far in Group A. Canada, Finland for top spot. Oh, baby, light me up. It's going to be great. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen between the two teams this evening. And I think, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see Canada face very good competition this evening. I cannot wait to see what they actually show up as, because we have not seen the true Team Canada yet. Whether we're overestimating or underestimating, I guess that's the question. But in about 5-10 minutes time, puck drops and we get our answer as to if Team Canada is over or underestimated so far in this tournament. It's going to be fun. Canada, Finland to end round robin play in Group A. Let me pour myself some more good old pink lemonade. That's got bite to it, let me tell you. Really got that lemon acid going. SodaStream is elite. I've never had a SodaStream product before, but tonight having it for the first time, and so far looks very good. So here we go. Canada versus Finland. Ooh, this opening is all kinds of excellent. I cannot wait to see what we get going. So yeah, no, Troy, unfortunately I cannot show the game. I'd love to show the game, but copyright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you ready? James Duthie about to take to our television sets, welcome us in to Edmonton, Alberta, and get things going for tonight's matchup, that's for sure. Cheer on our two players from Newfoundland and Labrador, Dawson Mercer and Alex Newhook, I believe, are the two, right? And I'm looking forward to seeing them. I'm very excited for Alex Newhook. He is with the Colorado Avalanche, if I remember correctly, and I have a good friend of mine out there in a town not too far from here, and he's a big Avalanche fan, and I'm very much so hoping him and the Oilers get to enjoy plenty of success over the next couple of years. Alright, here we go. Yeah, it's 21 in Wellington, New Zealand. Guy could wish to be in Wellington, New Zealand this evening. Yeah, well, I guess this morning, this afternoon, whatever it is, as it's already 2021 in New Zealand. How crazy this world is doesn't even begin to describe it, that's for sure. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Finland versus Canada coming up in pure seconds time. I cannot wait for this one. I've waited a long enough time. It's already 4:03. I've been live streaming since 3:20, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here for the rest of the way. Ray Ferraro, Gord Miller have the call for tonight's game. Gord Miller, of course, veteran play-by-play man. And they're going to talk Connor McMichael first thing, who's had some good games, but I mean, I mistaked Cole Perfetti for him and mixed up the two, and it was brutal. I got really ripping on Cole Perfetti, but Connor McMichael had just a stupid play in the game against Slovakia, going between the legs, trying to score backhand away, and it was just like, or forehand away, fading through the crease, and I'm sitting there, what are you doing? Just shoot the puck, man. We are struggling to score goals. Just shoot it simply. Shoot for a rebound in the pads. Brutal to go. Well, tonight, hopefully Canada takes the lessons from the past 3 games, realizes the more you shoot the puck, the more goals you score, the better shots you take, the better the chances the goal goes in, that's for sure. So, we have friends tuning in from Siberia, where it's minus 40 degrees Celsius this evening. That does not sound pleasant. I do not envy that. I mean, I'll take my +2 here in southern Alberta for sure. That is for sure. And this just basically showing the scoring commentary. Daniel, you are fully correct on that. An Oilers rankings pyramid. I honestly don't know how to create those pyramid ranking things, so I got to figure that out. I'd love to do one for sure. All right, Canada versus Finland. It's 4:04. We're minutes away from puck drop. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, drop those suggestions. Those suggestions for what the final score is going to be. Why not? Let's get it done. I want to see your final scores this evening. Is Canada going to take it? Is it going to be Finland that takes it? I am very interested to see what you're sitting on, what you're thinking for this hockey game, and definitely what I want to say now is if you're sitting here thinking, well, I want to watch the game, but unfortunately, I want to watch it, not listen to somebody talk about it, great, dandy. But if you're heading out and you are an Edmonton Oilers fan, currently YouTube's telling me there's 357 people tuning in. If you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, I want you to hit that subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dolany TV. I'm Tyson Dolany. This is an Edmonton Oilers channel all the time. That's what we do. We are covering Canada and Sweden in this tournament simply because of Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg. So if you want to stick around for daily Oilers coverage, I want you to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for what's going to be an excellent 2021 season up here in the North Canadian Division of the NHL. With that, we get set for tonight's hockey game. One last commercial break on TSN, then puck drop, and away we go this evening. Couple of final scores coming in already. Duncan 5-3 for Canada. Michael's going 5-3. Finland wins. Again, like I've said early on in this live stream, I am full well expecting Finland to win tonight's hockey game. Don't doubt me. I am expecting Canada to take a step back and take a lesson and go into the quarterfinals hungrier than they have been the rest of the tournament. And with that, Austin, you're going 3-2. Daniel, you're going 5-2 Canada final, 5-4 Canada in OT. I don't think us Canadians could handle OT in the final game of the round robin against Finland for top spot. But we did it last night between Sweden and Russia, and it was excellent, other than Philip Broberg standing out there like a pylon because he was injured. So it is what it is, and we'll battle through. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, if you're looking for tonight's game and you don't want to risk viruses and stuff, and you're in Canada, please go visit tsn.ca. Sign up for the one-day package or for the one-month package. And for 1 day, you pay $8.40, I believe, and you get access to tonight's game for Canada-Finland and Sweden-USA. So 2 games for $4.20. How can you go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to do that. Definitely trying to help you out. And you're going to head out for a bit, Dan. That's all solid. We will catch you guys when puck gets going here in mere moments' time. That is for sure. And yes, it is going to be crazy. 5-3, Albert, you're going final for Canada. And scores the open net, empty netter, final minute of the game. And here we go. Let's see what we got going on. Guys, I don't know why you need to insult me when it comes to not showing the game. I'm just doing what's legally allowed and providing coverage for those who can't have coverage. Olivia, I'd love to show you the game. Again, tsn.ca will get you covered, I believe, even if you are international. I'm not 100% sure on that, but hopefully. All right, let's get it going. Let's go. Michael's going for Finland. Michael Campbell is actually one of the referees tonight. So our live stream again, guys. Check tsn.ca. $8.40 Canadian gets you going. Kari Pirinen will start 2-0 for Team Finland. 150 goals against average so far in his 2 games. Devin Levi 3-0, .75 GAA with a 952 save percentage. Looking solid for him. Antti Pennanen getting the start is the head coach for Team Finland. Andre Tarigne, the head coach of Team Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready? Buckle up. Let's go. Let's have ourselves a heck of a live stream. Puck drop in moments. We get that center ice shot, and away we'll go. The center ice referee, oh, there he is. He's showing off that game puck. It'll last maybe all of 5 minutes before it's out of play, I'm sure. But the zoom out of center ice, and here we go. Team Canada, Team Finland. Here it goes. It gets going. Hellenius versus Newhook. Newhook, the pride, wins it going. Canada with possession in their own zone. They're going to fire it up off the boards. Tipped in there. And the Finns back to receive the puck. Newhook hungry on the forecheck. Backhand chance for Canada. Missed wide, and it is what it is. Canada the best chance of the game so far. Only 19 seconds in. Again, anyone that's sitting here saying this Canadian's going to be in for a sore result as Finland's going to win, I full well expect Finland to win tonight. So do not color me shocked if Finland ends up winning this one. It's just about how Canada loses. Do they take the lesson, or do they take just some game like Sweden where they complain all game and pretend like they should win because the other team's being mean? All right, Finland trying to start ahead, puck in their own zone, just above the dots. They're going to pass back into the middle of their own zone, fire the puck off the boards, tipped in there, finds the man in the middle, quickly turned over. Canada back the other way. Dylan Holloway on the ice for the Canadians. Shot saved by Pyronen. And away we go. There's the first shot of the game, I think, officially for Team Canada. Connor McMichael, a little pushing and shoving after the whistle, but he gets the shot on Pyronen, who makes the save off the shoulder into the blocker. And look at that forecheck by Alex Newhook. Fantastic rush to start the game. Good little backhand there to open it up as well for Canada against Pyronen. And some good effort so far out of the Canadians. Some rushing around. They win the faceoff. They rip a point shot. It's blocked out of the zone. Back into the Canadian zone. There's the defense to receive it. They're going to get it back into the neutral zone. Tip-tap pass back into their own zone to set up an attack here. A breakout for Canada upcoming. There it is. Into the neutral zone. Cross over the line. Skating in. Backhand. Rebound over the stick. Canada can't get the rebound shot on Pyronen, who turns away shot number either 2 or 3 of the game, depending how they rated that backhand. Open it up in the first 15 seconds. Canada back in their own zone. They've got possession. They're going to fire it down the ice, and that is going to be tipped, so it will not be icing, and that's where Quinton Byfield gets attacking right away. He's in there battling along the far side, half wall. He's getting the puck loose, maybe. Somebody finds it. Somebody's got it. And it's back in behind the Finnish net. Now Canada battling there. They've got no possession. Finland's got possession. Everybody's tallied up, and somebody's hurt. Somebody's hurting after taking a stick up high. It looks like Finland can't get it out of their own zone. And it is what it is as Byfield goes off the ice. He looks pretty upset with whatever happened. And now 17:40 to go in this first period. Canada back. So far, Finland yet to set up an attack in the Canadian zone. 2.5 minutes in. Craziness. As so far, things have looked solid for Canada. They've taken the fight right to the Finnish netminder in 2 shots, an icing call. And Finland a little bit scrambled up, not able to get things going. Jeff, you've got me on the phone and you've got your iPad going. That's solid. And it looks like Byfield took a cross check from behind and then ate a stick high. And it's actually his teammate's stick that got him. That is for sure. Craziness. Tough go, but it's a rough ride for him, that's for sure. A little bit of a sore mouth, maybe a little bloody lip there for Quinton Byfield. But after scoring 6 points last game, he's probably going to be just fine, just ready to rip for the rest of this one. Another icing call against Finland on that one. Quinton Byfield just making sure he got himself rattled up a little bit, that's for sure. But everybody tuning in across Canada this afternoon, looking all ready. Everybody's decked out in the red. Top left corner on TSN there, she's rocking that jersey, the Dolany 97 jersey. Obviously she doesn't have that on the back, but is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Is here we go. Puck out of Finland's zone. They're going to dump it in, and they may get their first possession in Canada's zone. They ride the player into the boards. That's Bowen Byram going hard into the boards, but he comes up with the puck. And you know what? It's all good as Canada gets it out. And they're going to go back the other way. 16:53 to go. They're going to headman this. Does Canada into the Finland zone across the slot. Pass, reception doesn't work there, but they get it off the boards. Do the Canadians turn it over to the Finns? They keep it in, and look at this. This is excellent pressure so far from the Canadians to open up this opening period. And now back the other way, and you guys are getting the chat going. This is the thing. I'm delayed by about 30 seconds, but the benefit of it is I get to enjoy something that you'll see here in a second. The benefit being Dylan Holloway out there going, what am I missing? Oh my goodness, am I far behind tonight? But Dylan Cousins strips the puck. He's going to go down the ice. You've got McMichael, Holloway following, and rip the roof shot on Pyronen. How about that? A 1-0 lead on a nice play by the captain of Canada this evening, Dylan Cousins, to get it going. Yeah, so I'm about a minute behind. Ladies and gentlemen, let me rectify that. I should be able to catch up a little bit more here, hopefully, if I can see things a little bit more by refreshing. But a nice play here by Cousins to poke it loose, and it eventually becomes a 3-on-1. Dylan Cousins, he just rips it short side. Wearing that C's, got him captain clutch kind of deal. Rip it short side. Mid-net, I thought it was roof job. No, it was mid-net, and a nice shot there by Dylan Cousins. Kari Pyronen couldn't get it couldn't get it going because, well, you know what? He had a 3-on-1 against him, and what are you supposed to do in that situation? Not much of anything, I don't imagine. And ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves a Team Canada 1-0 lead to open things up. 16 minutes to go in this first period, and Canada 3 shots on net, a goal in the net as well. And ladies and gentlemen, Canada squad looking hot. You know what? This is nice to see. I was kind of worried how they'd come out, how they'd actually fare against Finland, but so far they're running Finland all the way around in their zone. And I guess Finland facing the same competition as Canada through the first 3 games. I guess you could say you don't know who Finland is either, and that's the nice part. Both teams going to learn who they are tonight. That should have been too many men. The man getting off the bench is what it is, but oh well. Dylan Cousins unassisted, and now we're going to get to see if how far behind I am. I still haven't seen the power play come up, so it'll be interesting to see where that comes in here. It may come in right there or somewhere. And no, I appear very far behind tonight. This sucks, but we'll make the best of it as Canada trying to get this puck away from the Finns. The man goes down, and that is the power play for Finland. A tripping call. And there we go. Power play, Canada, 5 shots so far to start this hockey game. Looking solid, and that's rough. That's, again, I don't get what they do in the IIHF. They call half the things that are hooking tripping, and half the things that are hooking or tripping hooking. It just does not make any sense to me, but it is what it is. And now Canada to the power play with a chance to go up 2-0 in this hockey game. It's going to be interesting to see how that all pans out this evening. Akurati goes for tripping. 2 minutes on the power play. Canada now starts. Let's get it going. Sorry for being mean. It's all good, Stanley. It's all good. You guys have too much fun with me. Oh, backdoor tappy-tap looking pass for Canada. They can't convert against Pyörinen. Now, minute 46 to go in the power play. It would be nice to see them clutch up a goal here, but Finland doing a good job so far, killing off the penalty. I just got to get my feet to touch the ground. My hips starting to hurt a little bit. And I mean, we're only 5 minutes into this hockey game, essentially. So that's a little tough. 5.5, mind you, but a minute and a half left to go in this power play. Shot, rip. Ooh, one-timer. Stuck up in the skates of the Canadian player. Now moving the puck around, blown by remote there for Canada. They're going to shoot the puck to flex in front almost perfectly to Peyton Krebs, but they can't get it past. And now you got Cole Perfetti out there with Dylan Cousins. 1:08 to go in the power play. Shot fired wide of the net, and a chance there at the side of the net. That's a couple of ones where the Canadians have had a chance at the side of the net and just fanned on it. But you know what? You can either worry about that or you can take that for granted and say, you know what? That looks good. And so far it looks good. A good shooting power play. Get it to the point, rip the puck, find open slot passes, and so far Canada's looking good. There's another one right there. Quinton Byfield denied by Kari Pyörinen. 13-13 to go in this first period. And it looks solid so far. Canada gets the turnover in the zone, but now in their own skates they lose it with exactly 30 seconds to go on the power play. And now, well, Jamie Drysdale back there to regroup it for Canada. Finland has gone 17 minutes or 7 minutes into this game with 13 minutes remaining in the period without a shot and without any zone possession against the Canadians. That is of concern. I was really expecting more out of the Finns to start, so I guess we'll see kind of after this power play expires if Finland can take it to Canada at all. 5-on-5. The chance, the shot off the post. Oh, Pyörinen fooled a couple of times there. Didn't even react to getting it around. He thought he had that puck frozen. Tough go for him. Lucky bounce for him, though. And Canada still leads 1-0, 12:50 to go in this first period. Puck turned over by the Canadians back behind the net. Probably the best place for a turnover. And yes, you need to get another one quick. I was expecting Canada to maybe capitalize on that power play. They did not. But now you didn't do that, so you got to keep pressing. You got to keep the attack up on the Finnish squad. And yeah, one thing that I'm definitely seeing, Jeff, that's one thing you mentioned, is how fast the Canadians are skating compared to the Finns. The problem is maybe it's too much maxing out the effort early. That could be a concern. For us as the Canadian squad, that could be a major concern, maxing out the effort early. And maybe falling back here in the next half of the first period. I guess it'll remain to be seen if the Finns can set up an attack. A reminder, I will be live for Sweden versus the USA tonight at 7:30. Devon Levi out to play the puck on the Finnish dump-in. Canada will once again clear the puck, and that is now over 8 minutes without a shot for Finland and over 8 minutes without a solid zone possession in the Canadian end for Team Finland to start this game in Group A. Determination of the winner of Group A, the ultimate game of the tournament so far for Group A, Canada versus Finland. And Andrew, welcome into the live stream. 236 viewers. All right, that's all right. I think pre-game we had somewhere north of 350, but 236 so far. I gotta say that's pretty solid, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm watching the hockey game. I'm telling you what's happening. So clearly I'm watching the hockey game, and hey, I'll take whatever I get over 5 viewers. There's been a long time that I've only gotten 5 viewers, so I'm not too worried. As I'm more worried that Canada has now entered the zone, failed to set something up, and Finland's back the other way. They're going to fire this in on Devon Levi, and that, ladies and gentlemen, may very well finally count as the first shot on net for Team Finland this evening. Go figure. Absolute insanity to get things going. And now, well, let's just see what Canada has in store for us the rest of this hockey game. I need to refresh my Canada versus Finland score sheet and get you a summary. Dylan Cousins, so far, 1 goal. Snipe show, short side on Kari Pirinen. Connor Zary, 3 shots on net. And Canada, they lead 9-0 in the shot column. They have not made that shot official on Devon Levi yet, so it'll be interesting to see if they ever indeed do this evening. So just quickly, want to, as Andrew mentioned, the viewers right now, ladies and gentlemen, so far, everybody that's tuned in has totaled 7,100 views on the live stream. That is maximum insanity. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. I must say, and I give a big shout out, if you're in the chat, I need you to click over to my buddy's channel, X Snipes Edmonton Oilers. I'm live watching the TSN direct link. Everybody that's talked about watching the game on tsn.ca, that's how I'm watching. That's how I have access to tonight's game. I would be like you. I would be asking for a live stream link as well. So what I need to tell you is I thank my buddy X Snipes Edmonton Oilers for loaning me his TSN direct account for this tournament and allowing me to interact with you live in real time. I know I'm a minute behind. It is what it is, but we'll get it going. And 100%, we need to see what happens here, Ivo. That's what I'm going to tell you. So let's see. 10:51 to go in this first period. Cousins, the 7th overall pick in 2019's draft, 1 spot ahead of Philip Broberg. I was pretty upset Dylan Cousins went to Buffalo, but you know what? Philip Broberg's turned out to be a pretty solid player so far, and Hansa did not get a chance to catch Slovakia versus Finland. Unfortunately, I believe I was working because I may have very well been just going and getting the car started. I'm not sure what I was doing. Am I ever sure what I'm doing? Not really. As Canada back on the attack against Finland, they're going to turn it over though, and now the Finns, maybe with 1 shot on net to start this game, will set up an attack in the first half of the game with 20 seconds to go before the 10-minute mark. That will be an icing call, I believe. Bowenbarm, not sure what he's doing. The Finland fans, they've got everybody decked out in blue and white this evening, and I mean the blue and white of Finland, as far as I go for hockey, that is a pretty legendary color combination. And Wade, your dream is to be a broadcaster? Well, I'm a semi-retired broadcaster. My friend, I'm a semi-retired. I went to broadcasting school the whole 9 yards, and here I am live streaming on YouTube my reaction to Canada versus Finland. It's a weird, wild way it goes, is what it is. And you know what? At the end of the day, you never know how it's going to go. And Tori, hey, you know what? I expect Finland to win this game. Don't sit here and tell me that I think Finland sucks. I expect Finland to win this game. But Canada's starting hot so far, and I'm liking the effort, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm hating the Canada effort. I'm liking the effort, and it's nice to see. When you expect a loss and you get the kind of effort you have out of the Canadians so far, it's a good, welcome sign. Now you've got the Perfetti Krebs and, of course, New Hook line out there for Team Canada. They're in on the forecheck. Finland trying to get it out of the zone, struggling to. Shot goes wide from the point by Canada. Now back to the forecheck, trying to get the puck back as Finland trying to work this one out of their zone. 9:22 to go in the first period. 9-1 the shots for Canada. Finland struggling to set up offensive pressure against Canada so far. I don't know if the defense has just been good or the forecheck's been so good that the Finns haven't had a chance to really break out. And the neutral zone transition game has been strong for Canada so far as well. 9:01, now officially 9 minutes to go. Finland with 1 shot through 11 minutes. Canada with 10. Interesting game developing so far early on in this one. And you got to see Finland now, they're going to get through the neutral zone. But Canada throwing the body, they're engaging physically. And I like to see that after watching Sweden kind of back down from Russia last night. Right, every time Russia would get a little tumbly with Sweden, they were crying for a penalty last night. Philip Broberg did it. I'm not going to kid myself. Philip Broberg was not immune to going out there and crying for a penalty, even though Sweden couldn't do anything on the power play. That's beyond me why you'd cry for power plays when you just ain't going to do anything with it. But it is what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, 8:22 to go. Finland still trying to set things up, and it is what it is as they clear it in and again can't get an attack. Coming back the other way, Canada comes, and this is going to be an attack there. Connor McMichael out there with Dylan Holloway and Dylan Cousins, and we got to see if they can set something up. It would be nice to watch them set something up, that's for sure. As this is going to be fired. Again, turnover by Pyörinen. Shot save off of McMichael. 7:51 in this first period. And man, Finland's getting run around in their own zone, trying to break out almost every other time. And it seems to me that Canada's really decided to take the action to them. And the best offense or the best defense is a good offense, and that's been Canada's strategy so far, and it's worked very well. Having to spend less time in the defensive zone than any other zone in the ice sheet so far, and it's nice to see. So here we go. It's down the, oh, look at this breakaway for Canada. Fired just wide by Peltier or just off of the pad of Pyörinen, not 100% sure. Didn't receive that clean, so tough go for him. And 7:10 to go now in this first period. Canada all over Finland. Just the more shots they pile up, the more it looks drastic. And I mean, really, it's not drastic. Canada's just doing a good job of keeping the action where they want it and dictating what happens. And I guess, I mean, that to a degree is drastic, as another shot saved there by Pyörinen, tipped all the way around him in the middle of the ice by Finland 3 or 4 times before it hit the ice. Shot down. And this one's going to be stopped again by the Canadian forecheck on the boards. Looks like a nice point pinch there. And Finland trying to find this puck. They do. And they may just, nope, they're not going to break out of their zone. Canada getting it going. Wow. Getting it going and absolutely working Finland in their own zone. That was another solid minute and a half in the Finnish zone. And they kept it going. Aiden, guys, anyone that's sitting here talking about Canada's effort, just keep her clean. I have no clue what the age range in the chat is. It could be as low as 5 years old for all I know. So please try to be respectful in the chat. And if you are, we'll have a good evening tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, currently finding ourselves sitting up 1-0 Team Canada over Team Finland in what has been a solid start to the hockey game. A rather solid start to any hockey game this would definitely be defined as. And I'm quite enjoying watching Team Canada do what they do so far and do well, right? We knew this Team Canada game was good, but they've been very, very solid to start this hockey game so far. So I look forward to hopefully seeing things continue here in the rest of the game. But I guess we'll find out what Team Canada's effort is like after this commercial break. And right now, just want to update you on some stats. Dylan Cousins with 1 point so far. Dawson Mercer, 4 shots on goal. Anton Lundell has the only shot for Finland. Kari Pyörinen standing on his head, 11 saves, 910 save percentage. Devin Levi with 1 shot against. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like nothing more but to watch Finland try and make a game of this, because so far this has not been much of a hockey game for Team Finland, and it would be nice to watch them get it going. And wait, to catch up, you're in Seattle. Well, you're going to enjoy the Seattle Kraken when they enter the league in, what is it, July? 6:13 to go. In this first period, Canada, Finland. Canada leads Finland 1-0. And now in on the attack again go the Canadians. Shot blocked in front, but they come up with it once again. And yeah, GW, when it comes to Dylan Holloway on the rush, it is something alarming to me that nobody passes to Dylan Holloway, yet they expect him to do everything else. I don't get it, but it just is how Dylan Cousins is. I know people are accusing Dylan Cousins of being a little bit of a puck hog. I just think Dylan Holloway's skill set maybe doesn't match the skill set of the players he's playing with, but at the same rate, you need him in that role to get the job going. All right. They're showing the Krebs family. And Peyton Krebs, a prospect for the Winnipeg Jets. But it would be nice. It absolutely would be nice to watch Dylan Holloway get involved in the play. Connor McMichael in on the attack, backhand. And that's the other side too, is the intention of a lot of the shots by his line mates, whether it be McMichael or Newhook and Dylan Cousins, is always to try and leave a rebound. Leave a rebound for Dylan Holloway to put home, because I mean that really matches Dylan Holloway's style of game that we've seen so far out of him at Wisconsin and so far out of him with the Team Canada squad. But unfortunately, when everything goes in that you shoot, it's tough to leave a rebound, and I mean that was the case in Germany. Dylan Holloway could have easily had 5 goals against Germany if Dylan Cousins wouldn't have put everything in the skates and scored every time it went in the skates. I don't know. But Finland now, yeah, starting to take up the little pressure. They're starting to, I wouldn't starting to play, but they're starting to skate, and they're getting an attack in the zone now. Canada trying to get out, and, well, there we go. They play it back to the D to get it going. 4:41 to go. Finland still only with 1 shot on the game. Be nice to watch that kind of get a little bit more amped up, right? We're used to crazy games on New Year's Eve, stuff of lore, right? That's just stuff of legend, but unfortunately I don't know if we're going to see it in this one. 4:22 to go in the first period. The Finnish man takes a tumble in the Canadian blue line. Now 4:12 to go in the first period, and we got to see the shot in. Pirinen makes the play, stops it up for his defenseman, and now Finland, they're getting out of their zone a little bit cleaner, and that could be a change of pace in this game. That is for sure. If Finland starts getting out of their zone cleaner, that could very much so change things for Canada and Finland the rest of this first period. But Canada still doing an excellent job getting out of their zone and into the Finnish zone, very uncontested. Bowen Byram launches himself after getting hit into the boards, off the boards, takes his man down. Shot hits Pirinen in the gloves. Save made. 14 shots now for Canada. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. And now we get to see what happens here the rest of the way, as this one's going to be stopped there by the Canadians at their own blue line, preventing an attack by Finland. And now back the other way, Pelche, another shot. And I mean, that's been the nice thing. Canada keeping it simple, just shooting the puck on net. Testing Kari Pirinen, yeah, get his save percentage up. That's a big hit there. Nice hit by number 20, Helenius, I believe it is, of Finland. Good little shot there by him on the Canadian defender, but he gets up, is what it is, and back the other way. Canada's going to attempt to go here. Number 3 again there for it. Is that Korzak? I think it's Korzak again. Sorry, guys. I have not watched enough Canadian games so far this tournament to get it going. But there's the chance for Canada. Hooked in front is, I believe, Peyton Krebs on that puck. And now with 2:40 to go, we'll have a power play, a slash, for this Finnish side. So let's get to it. Let's get cracking on another power play here for Team Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, to the commercial break we go. Definitely, if you are sitting here thinking, man, this is a live stream situation I can get down with, well, if you're an Oilers fan or you want to be an Oilers fan this year, I suggest you hit that subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated as we head into the NHL season upcoming here in only 13 short days. Training camp opens on January 3rd. Cannot wait to see what happens. And of course, I'm hoping we can probably start off the NHL season with about 8,500 subscribers, currently sitting at 8,340, so we're 160 away for sure. Would be nice. And all right. All right. So let's get it going. The chat going nuts here. Everybody having a lot of fun. And Duncan, what am I drinking? I'm drinking pink lemonade out of the Soda Stream. If you don't believe me, it does come in the Soda Stream bottle. I promise you, no enhanced products in there. That is for summer, if you know what I mean. All right. Anyway, Peyton Krebs gets the slash, and let's see what we can do. Simon Taval, I think is how you. I'm not sure how you say it. But it'll be interesting to see Randy, fellow Canadian here, sitting here from Alberta, 2.5 hours south of Rogers Place this evening. Southern Alberta, enemy territory for the Oilers. Here I am broadcasting live to you. And it's not exactly juice, it's actually carbonated water with pink lemonade flavoring, so it's not fully juice. Shot. Ooh. Canada loading up the power play here. It's going to be off the finished stick, kept in at the blue line. Canada with Krebs out there on the power play. Byram as well. Joined there, I'm sure, by Cousins, who's in front of the net. Backhand over top of the stick of Krebs on the rebound. And he can't get it back in the net, so coming the other way is Finland. Man, ties him up. Dylan Cousins with an excellent back check on the penalty kill. And there we go. Finland gets a heck of a chance. They'll clear it down the ice. Devin Levi out to play it. Nice to see him still in net for Canada. But now, Jamie Drysdale back the other way. He's going to dump it in. 1:42 to go in this period and only 58 seconds left in the power play for Canada. Ryan Suzuki out there, and he's going to see what he can do here. But unfortunately, it comes out of the zone. Not much happening there for Team Canada. However, 17 seconds. Or 17 shots. Come on, Tyson. Goof. Got to get that right. Don't already start getting confused. I've got a whole nother game to go, and I'm only not even a full period done this one. Jamie Drysdale at the blue line, keeping it in. Down behind the net. Now Canada cycling on the power play. They got 24 seconds to work with. Nice keep in there by Drysdale. Bumbled the puck, but got it settled down. Canada on the far side half wall. They'll go back up the wall to Drysdale, who'll go across to Suzuki. Now you got to look down, and ooh, there we go. Canada, near side half wall, point shot, misses wide, back onto a Canadian stick. They're right time, right place, looking for that cross seam deflection. It's not going to work. 40 seconds to go in the first period. Shots are 17-1 with 35 seconds left on my game clock. I know you're probably a minute faster, but it is what it is. And Finland knocking it down. And that will be a glove pass with 26 seconds to go in this period. There you go, Randy. Connor McDavid is the fastest player in the NHL. No problem with that at all. That is a true statement. Trust me, big Oilers fan right here. That's what the whole channel is dedicated to. The only reason we're streaming the Canada game, quite honestly, is because Dylan Holloway's in the lineup for Canada. Not doing a heck of a lot, but is what it is. When, like some people have mentioned, they do not pass it to him. And I would be very interested to see the Canada time on ice statistics after this one. But ladies and gentlemen, the time has expired. The period has come to an end. Zeros on the board, and that is it. That is all. Ladies and gentlemen, we will go to the intermission here. Canada versus Finland. I will be right back. I need a bathroom break. I've been drinking way too much pink lemonade. I'm going to leave you, though, with this excellent little piece I put together. You want to get to know me a little bit? Enjoy this. That's all I'm going to tell you. This is Dolany TV. This is the Dolany TV front license plate. What a beautiful piece of merch put together by my buddy up in Cold Lake. Well, let me tell you, you ever see this driving around? You probably want to get off the sidewalks. Just saying. This is Dolany TV. And that was nothing but net. This is Dolany TV. You may be wondering why I'm standing out here in nothing but a tank top in about minus 15 degrees Celsius weather. Well, let me put it to you this way. Why do people cheer for the Calgary Flames? Exactly. Some things just don't make sense. This is Dolany TV. This is a piece of cardboard. That is a towel. And if that towel could speak, it would tell me, no, you're a towel. This is Dolany TV. Hold on. Let me take this from a different approach, all right? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tyson Dolany, and welcome into Imperial Oil Place in Cold Lake this evening. It's the Cold Lake Ice versus St. Paul Canadians in Game 4 of the IIHF Round 1 Playoff Series. Right? I think so. All right, let's finish this off. All right, we got an intermission to get through here. And we got some stuff to cover, that is for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a fun little thing I put together a little while ago. But let me see. Let's get back to the chat for a second here. Let's see, it's 1-0 for Canada. Yes, we know it's 1-0 for Canada. That is exciting. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know why that keeps blocking you guys. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, those are little sketches I put together. If you're wondering, that was yeah, I put that together. All right. Anyway, sorry, I'm just X Snipes Edmonton Oilers. The dude that's allowing me to use his TSN account is currently looking to get into his TSN account, so we may have a little blip in the action here, but I just have to let him figure that out. As let's get to recapping this period, shall we? Dylan Cousins, 1 goal, the big goal. Dawson Mercer, 4 shots. Anton Lundell, the only shot for Finland in the first period. Kari Pirinen, sharp, gets it done, and makes 16 saves on 17 shots. Devin Levi, 1 shot against, 1 save for a 1,000 save percentage. That perfect save percentage that he's had most of this tournament. And Duncan Edmonton fans are worse than Bruins fans, but there's nothing worse than a Leafs fan. See? I always got something prepared. And here we go. Let's see what we got just rolling here. Alright. Alright, now you guys taking it to me as an Oilers fan? That's exactly what I want. Ladies and gentlemen, Duncan, what I tell you, stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button and stick around. That's all I want to tell you. I'm not going to promise anything. I promised the Oilers would win the Stanley Cup this year in the 2020 season. They didn't. So instead, how about you just hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for what's going to be a heck of a hockey season up here north, right? Who else is going to cover the North Division as much as the guy who exclusively covers the Edmonton Oilers? Ladies and gentlemen, currently sitting at 8,340 subscribers. After a first period, watching me all the way through, if you could consider hitting that subscribe button to stay tuned for more of this during the Oilers season, that would be greatly appreciated. Bob McKenzie, James Duthie breaking down the first period of action here between Canada and Finland. What a first period it was. Canada, pure dominance. I did not expect that. Straight up, color me shocked that Canada came out the way they did and took it to Finland the way they did. I am very impressed with the Canadian effort in this period, that is for sure. Now, a quick recap. I just need to cover something here for myself and for you guys and then get you going. As I want to look up a stat here and look at that. That is absolute insanity through this hour, that is for sure. And Jeff, you've got pancakes and coffee and World Juniors hockey over in Osaka in 2021. That is not too bad at all. That's a pretty decent go, I would say, to start 2021. As I want to just finish up 2020. I'd like to be done with this year and move on because, well, some things have been good, some things have been bad, but let me tell you, it would be nice to see what next year offers, that's for sure. Craig Button. Ladies and gentlemen, fun fact, semi-retired broadcaster Tyson here on Dolany TV once interviewed Craig Button live on Facebook. Fun facts. And actually, here's one for you. This is one I got to tell you. I got to tell you that once upon a time, you know Ryan Rashog, who's been doing all the player interviews here for TSN in the World Juniors bubble. I got to tell you, I once did a phone interview with him to get accepted into my broadcasting course at NAIT. Fun fact, and I shared that story on Twitter. And that's the other thing I'll tell you right now. You can follow me on Twitter at Dolney TV, straight up DOLYNNY TV on Twitter. And you can read that story I tweeted out about Ryan Rishaug and his son and why it makes me so happy to see him working with his son based on the phone call I shared with Ryan Rishaug back in early 2014. Anyway. Alright, Riley, you're having a good day. And let's see quickly what we got going on here. Alright. Okay, Riley, I don't know why you're posting that in there. We don't need that in here. But anyway, let's get to Twitter. That's what we normally do. We always try to get to Twitter in the intermissions and see what we can cover up in terms of what's going on in the hockey season. As Rocky, I'm a very good broadcaster. I would not say I'm a good announcer. I'm something, but semi-retired is how I would write it for sure. So let me see if I can find something. As a bunch of COVID loans are ending in the NHL. Looks like San Jose got all their players back. Looks like there's a get 25% off regular menu priced items at Papa John's using PJ25 off at papajohns.ca. Perfect food while watching the World Juniors tonight if you're in Edmonton. Get that done up. And Mark Spector says, well, he wishes Finland and Canada could ring it in together this year, but unfortunately we can't. And what else do we got going on? 2020. Reed Wilkins and Kirby Dockslocker ready to go. And we have not missed absolutely anything on the NHL Oilers Insiders Twitter list I've put together to stay informed with the Oilers this season. So that's interesting to see, that is for sure. And well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess with prime rib on the menu this evening for me, I'll ask you tonight, New Year's Eve, you just taking it simple, or are you going out there and going all out like me, prime rib on the menu for New Year's Eve? That's the interesting question. I guess I'll leave that there. And especially with 250 of you tuning into Dolney TV right now, the favorite question I always have to ask is where you're tuning in from this evening. It's always interesting to see where people tune in from, and I'd greatly appreciate anything you can give me insights, whether you're coast to coast in Canada, across the US tonight, or if you're down somewhere over in Europe, maybe down under in Australia, whatever. I'd appreciate just kind of knowing where everyone's tuning in from this evening. Rory's tuning in from Calgary. Good evening and Happy New Year, Sean. We're currently on intermission, waiting for Canada and Finland to get back to absolutely get going. Shark, hey, you're from Manitoba. Appreciate that. Jeff and I have married into the fam with your last name. What? Okay. Oh, there you go. I know the Saints in Bonneville. Mark's tuning in live from Edmonton, Pembroke in Ontario. So we got a lot of Canadian contingent in here. And of course, the other side too, we've got quite a heavy Finnish contingent. And hey, end of the day, like I said, oh, look at that. They're advertising SodaStream on TSN. I got my SodaStream right here. I'm excited just to have everybody along. I mean, hey, you know what? End of the day, it's national rivalries, good game, top seed in Group A up for grabs, and it's New Year's Eve. Life could be much worse. End of the day. In Newfoundland, everybody's tuning in, that's for sure. Watching from Kentucky, Dad is from Finland. Nick, that's actually interesting. Tuning in from the States, but from Finnish roots, that's awesome. And some folks tuning in from the United States this evening. And everybody coming from Cranbrook, Millwoods, Edmonton. Well, that is original Edmonton. Millwoods, that's a very long storied community within Edmonton. I have several family members that when I was younger used to live in Millwoods. In fact, I remember going to a youth soccer game way back in the day in Millwoods for one of my second cousins. A mess, but somehow in there. Alright, coming in from Colborne, Ontario, Dakota, coming in from Los Angeles, and we actually get a live feed. Ryan, I wish I could promise you a live feed. I I can best promise you to keep you covered. From Thunder Bay, but living in Fort Myers, Florida. Just a guy. I'm not going to assume it, but I'm going to tell you straight up with just what I'm saying here. I understand probably what's going on for your situation there, and thank you. As 35 years, Sean, you've been in Edmonton. My goodness, I spent 2 years in Edmonton, and I'm an Oilers fan, and I love Rogers Place. I love Drexel. I love the shopping. I love everything, but I cannot stand Edmonton at all. That's for sure. Dan, you're tuning in from Airdrie. Well, fun fact, I spent a lot of time in Airdrie, and I think the USA team has the best goal scorers in the tournament. Jeff? We'll see tonight against Sweden now, won't we? We will definitely see. Randy, born and raised in Edmonton, but moved to Los Angeles. And see, this is the other interesting part. As somebody who covers the Oilers, I mean, there are Edmonton Oilers fans all over the world. But the fun part about it is the fact that for us as Oilers fans, it all originates somewhere along the lines of a visit to Edmonton, a year spent in Edmonton. There's always some connection to Edmonton, the melting pot of Alberta, maybe the melting pot of Canada, maybe the melting pot of the world, where we all come together to learn the best team in the NHL. Or maybe it's just Wayne Gretzky way back in the day. You had no one else to cheer for, so that's who you cheered for. I'm not sure. I could not tell you, but I guess we can all piece it together along the way now, can't we? All right, so Canada, Finland. You're probably tuning in here for an update. I'm just rambling on, so let me see if I can get something going. Dylan Cousins, 1 goal. Dawson Mercer, 4 shots. Anton Lundell, 1 shot for Finland. The only shot for Finland up against, well, Team Canada's 17. Kari Pyöränen standing on his head. Team Canada taking it to Finland so far. And yes, Akurati with the 2-minute penalty, and Somontaival, I believe is how you say it. Somebody please correct me. Finland, you're watching tonight's live stream. I know you are. If I struggle with the pronunciation, please help me out. Do not leave me out to dry. Help me out. I want to get it right. I'm not doing it to mock you. I want to get it right, and I want to make sure we have as much fun getting all the names right, learning the names. Hey, you know what? These are going to be NHL players one day. I want to learn the names, absolutely. And Michael, am I in the Airdrie area? I am in the Calgary area, but I spend a lot of time in the Airdrie area, I guess you could say. So, let's see what we got going on here. As Condors alumni. What are we talking about, Condors alumni? Sam, I'm missing Condors alumni. Did I say something about Condors alumni? I don't know. Here's what it is. But Happy New Year from Finland. Opinions on Brad Lambert. I'm excited to see how Brad Lambert develops over the next year. I am absolutely very excited to see if Brad Lambert can jump up the draft standings in the 2022 draft. You guys in Finland who get to watch him for the next year, I think you're very lucky, quite honestly, from what I've seen so far of him. And Arcanum, you're tuning in from Weyburn, Saskatchewan tonight. Appreciate you coming in from Saskatchewan tonight. And do I work in Airdrie? I work in Airdrie quite often, actually. A lot of deliveries out in Airdrie, that is for sure, in the new home construction industry. Let me tell you, one thing that doesn't die, construction. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the crowd that normally watches me, I'm not asking you if you're just joining the live stream for the first time. I'm asking if you're normally in the live streams and you haven't hit that like button already. You know what? We're up to 316 people along for the ride. I'm sure we can get maybe 5 or 6 more people in here, and a quick way to do that is show the like button some love and let me know how you're enjoying the stream so far. Happy New Year, Finland. We have 4 more hours to go out in Newfoundland and Labrador. Well, here in Alberta, we've got 7 hours to go. I got a prime rib dinner on New Year's Eve to go, and I got 2 more hockey games to finish, the rest of this one, and of course tonight's Sweden versus USA matchup. Very much so looking forward to it, and I'd love to have all you along for it as well. I mean, tonight we get to celebrate Canada-Finland, but if you want to come back for Sweden versus the USA, why not hit that subscribe button and stick along for the ride? this evening. Would appreciate having everybody along the second go around if you've got time. I mean, if you've got data on your phone, that too, that would be great. But I'd like to see kind of what happens here between Canada, Finland, and how that affects what we see Sweden versus USA. Dan, you're grabbing Pizza Hut. Hey, you know what? Tonight's a great night for pizza. And the other side too, I got to tell you. All right, I've got friends that do the delivery gig, whether it be for Skip the Dishes, DoorDash, for a local Chinese food restaurant or a pizza joint, whatever it may be. I got to tell you, order takeout tonight if you have the money in the budget. And B, please, if you order takeout tonight, please tip your driver. All right? Little things go a long way. Those guys out there spending their gas to get to you, the least you can do is give them that extra dollar bonus. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, that's just my little bit of that. And of course, if you can get your takeout from a local restaurant, maybe do that as well, especially if you're in a smaller town or even a big city. Giving it to mom and pop who open a restaurant as opposed to Boston Pizza or somebody like that, you know, goes a long way as well. You might just pay for somebody's hockey skates this winter if you do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, please tip your delivery drivers this evening if you get takeout. Tip your servers if you go into a restaurant. They aren't doing much for you, but the fact that they're still cooking your food is just enough to say thank you with a couple of dollars out of your pocket, if you got the dollars to say. I'm not saying everybody's got that. It's been a weird year, and I understand that. But the second thing to that is also get from the mom and pop shop and get it going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. Let's get going. The third period is yet to come. The second period, puck drop is now. Canada scrambles it up. Clean win. I thought they were going to scramble it up based on how Connor McMichael went head down in there. Shot attempts 31-3 for Canada. Shots are 17-1. Pardon me. Nice attempt there from Finland to get something going early in this period. They can't. Canada trying to come back the other way, but Finland getting in on the forecheck, getting with it. There's an attempt by Finland, and oh man, they just have that puck bounce on them bad twice, and they can't get it going. That's unfortunate. Now knocking down a man, and Canada coming back the other way. Connor McMichael off the skates of Dylan Holloway. That could be maybe why they don't pass to him. He loses it in his skates. Who knows? But back the other way, it's an icing call against Finland. 19:21 to go in the second period. We'll get hyped up for what's going to be a good rest of this hockey game. The Canadian fans all sitting there relaxing. I mean, come on, what else are we doing? We're not all sitting here jumping up and down. We don't have this one in the bag by any means, so we're not getting overly excited about this game quite yet, that's for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, 19:21 to go, a face-off to the left of Kari Pirinen, and Finland wins this one back. They're going to try and make the breakout happen here. It's going to be turned over by Team Canada for, ooh, how about a chance? All right, like that. Backhand. Into the corner, and it doesn't work out. And this one's going to go down and back into the Canadian zone, where it's going to be picked up there and moved forward by Canada. Now in on the attack, Quinton Byfield on the forecheck. It's going to go out to Peyton Krebs, who's going to play it potentially back to Byfield, who hits it down the ice up there to the defense. Who will, oh man, that prime rib smells great, by the way, just letting you know that. 18:40 to go in this second period. And, well, hopefully something going here, as nothing happening yet. But now you get the attack going, and Quinton Byfield getting the forecheck. Jacob Pelche getting it going. Now Byfield in on the net. Just can't get the stick work to go. I don't even think technically he got a shot on net there. It was a shot attempt, sure, but not a shot on net. 18:15 in the second period left. And Canada trying to keep it in at the line. Finland, again, struggling to get out of their own zone. They can't get it done. And now Canada's going to go back to the point with the puck from down low. And, well, back down low it goes after it bobbles off a skate or a stick from the point. Quinton Byfield, strong man, end boards, getting it done behind the net. And, well, now the chance to Canada from the point. Shot saved. And Kari Pirinen makes his 17th save of the evening. Kari Pirinen's been phenomenal. I mean, you're getting outshot 18-1 and the score's only 1-0. You're facing Team Canada. You're doing all right. Kari Pirinen, very impressed. I was very impressed with him actually in the exhibition game that I watched. So Pirinen, looking forward to seeing what he continues to bring in. Look at that nice hit there. Newhook versus Viro, and they look very good as well. All right. 16th overall pick by Colorado in 2019 was Alex Newhook. Shot fired by Mr. Bowen Byram, who's looked much better tonight. But it's hard to look bad as a defenseman when you haven't had to play any defense. That is for sure. And Rory, hey, I'd appreciate if you stick around. The videos and stuff, there's a ton of content to check out on Dolany TV. This live stream will become, at the end of it, one of over 2,600 videos I have on this channel. Absolute insane numbers, I know. 17-11 in the second period. Canada, well, what's new? They're in on the attack. They're at the point. They're firing it down low into the corner again and running the Finland squad around in their own zone. The shot from Bowen Byram is going to take it to the point where it's scrambled up in front. The Canadian player gets bodied in front. That was a massive body check. Standing still, pushing the man over by the Finnish defender. Canada regroups in their own zone. They're going to take it back the other way. Bowen Byram, he's going to play it down to the man to the blue line who will fire it in. They go for a line change. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Canada sees Finland with possession in their own zone behind their own net. Connor McMichael out there. That must mean Dylan Holloway's on the ice, who hasn't really all been that what do you call it? Noticeable? Maybe. Anyway, 16-18 to go. The Canadian defense trying to not turn it over to the Finns in their own zone. They haven't done that too much because they haven't had an opportunity to do it too much. And now back the other way comes Team Canada. Dylan Cousins, Connor McMichael on the ice. Dylan Holloway coming back into the attack, trying to jam a shot from the slot, blocked in front by the defense of the Finns. And yes, Quinton Byfield, if he has the strength of George Larocque and has the, I don't know, ability to play that he appears to, man, that could be a deadly combination for the LA Kings in what's a heavy, heavy division in the west coast of the United States. Now there's a penalty. Dylan Holloway goes into the boards. That was a big one. And watch this play here. Dylan Holloway rides in on the forecheck, and they're going to call the penalty on Finland. And I mean, Dylan Holloway, that kid crashes. Look at this. He's going in. Yeah, he's going down. But the Finnish player, even though Holloway gets the worst of it, man, he crashes hard, does Holloway, but he still ends up taking Heinola for a little bit of a ride into the boards there, even though he's halfway down his legs and going into the boards shoulder first. Great to see Holloway not injured there. Canada the power play. 15:38 to go in the second period. Ladies and gentlemen, 19-1 the shots on net for Canada. My goodness, Finland has just not shown up like I expected them to tonight. Not that they've been absolutely terrible. I think Canada's just been flat out excellent. Bowen Byram now the shot down low, back door, trying to tippity-tap. Nothing happened. That's tough. Is what it is. And now you got to fire this shot. Saved there by Pirinen. And, ooh, you're getting a DoorDash ad. It's like I've almost been paying attention to the live stream or something. End of the day, hey? I do pay attention sometimes. I just want to quickly check something here as we're on just a quick little commercial break in between whistles. And it appears that Sweden-Russia live stream from last night is sure getting a couple of views this evening. And Finland-USA, the pre-tournament live stream I did, has a couple of views as well. As Canada back to the power play here. Minute 30 to go. And, well, Connor McMichael there with the puck. He'll go back to the point. He gets it again. McMichael rips it. Blocked in front. 14:45 left. Yeah, I know. I'm a few good seconds behind the one-time shot from the far right dot, or left dot, depending how you perform, is, well, saved. And that's going to be a high stick by Canada. Connor McMichael, not much of an option, but to take the whistle with 1:06 to go on the Canadian power play. The shot's 22-1. Bandwagon fan, I love the Penguins because of Crosby. Now you like Edmonton because of McDavid. Jeff, it's all good. We'll take all the McDavid fanboys. As long as you ain't cheering for him to go to Toronto. That's all I got to say. You cheer for him to go to Toronto, we got some issues. As Pirinen, 24-23-8 career record with Windsor of the OHL, the Windsor Spitfires. Absolutely good. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, My live stream is a little bit delayed. Watching on TSN Direct, which means they delay it by about 30 seconds. My delay to you is about 15 seconds. And that results in me being really behind. And in the days I'm 45 seconds behind, that ends up being a minute, right? That's the hard part. So, whistled down Andre Tarigny. I had some concerns about how he was running Team Canada, but looks like things have leveled out, and Team Canada is playing some excellent hockey, showing up when it matters most to win Group A, hopefully here this evening. 14:23 to go in this second period. A total of 34 minutes and 20 seconds left in this hockey game now. Totally through 26 minutes almost as now. Puck half wall on the power play. 30 seconds to go for Team Canada. They're trying to work near side half wall, set something up. Tomasinu to the point. He's going to get it going as he'll go back to Tomasinu. He's going to go across off a skate there of Ryan Suzuki. Can't get that going, unfortunately. Now you got to see what they set up. But Finland back the other way, and shot saved by Devin Levi. That's his second save of the game. That's something I haven't said much. Sorry, it's a new concept to me. Devin Levi making a save. Shot again, and how about that? A save there for Devin Levi on a turnover from Team Canada. The Mootart Conservatory in Edmonton, looking beautiful. I've been there about 3 times in my life. Those plants in there are absolutely drop-dead gorgeous picture opportunities. If you've never been, you gotta go. That's all I gotta say. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now what I want to say, if you're enjoying the stream so far, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We'll do this all season for the Oilers, probably 2 to 3 games a week. And secondarily to that, if you are thinking about hitting a subscribe button tonight, please also consider extending the kindness here on New Year's Eve to my good buddy X-Snipes Edmonton Oilers, who has been kind enough to loan me his TSN Direct account. And Charlie, you're asking, the F is this? Well, the F is this. This is a semi-retired Junior B broadcaster bringing you live coverage of the World Junior Championships, Canada versus Finland. And it's my pleasure to have you alongside me this evening for what's been a good hockey game out of Canada so far. 100%. It's been a solid game. And just want to say, out of all the other guys that's been live streaming commentary reactions, yours is easily the best from Wall Trent. I unfortunately do not go out and support my other guys as much as I possibly should. They support me heavily, and I really should support them a lot more. But what I got to say is everybody else, they do it in their styles, and unfortunately, without watching them enough, I can't tell you what their styles are like. But everybody's grind is a grind, and hey, I appreciate the grind. And what is slow mode? Ladies and gentlemen, pause that thought. As Dylan Holloway on the attack for Team Canada, looks like it anyway, as now Dylan Cousins works it down, shot in front, doesn't go through. Canada rips the puck, blocked in front, and Pelche across. Holloway scramble in front. Canada all over Finland in front of the Finnish net. Back to Pelche. He fires the shot through the screen of Dylan Holloway. And ladies and gentlemen, you wonder why Dylan Holloway is on the top line for Team Canada? That, my friends, was the best example you could possibly see, and potentially it's Dylan Holloway's goal if he deflected it. What an effort from the Canadian forwards to keep that puck alive at times. Shot blocked in front. Pelche out there. He's digging it. It just keeps bouncing. Finland can't find it. Pelche goes back to the point. They find Pelche high slot. He rips it. And potentially Dylan Holloway tipped it in front and may very well have his first goal of the tournament. Yes, he did. Dylan Holloway definitely deflected that to make it a 2-0 game. Dylan Holloway, ladies and gentlemen, Oilers fans in the chat, stand up. Let's go. Our guy, he's got the goal that makes it 2-0, 24 to 12. 24 to 12. No, the shots are 12 times higher for Canada than they are Finland. 24 to 2. Devin Levi, shot number 3, save number 3. Dylan Holloway makes the goal happen, and what a shift out of that line from Canada. Just outworking Finland in front of the net, and Holloway and Cousins working in front. And watch this, the shot in front deflected off of the leg of Dylan Holloway, and you imagine him scoring goals like that in front of the net for the Oilers? Yeah, I could use that in a top 9 role, no problem. Whether it be a winger role or whether it be a third line centerman, I will take that out of Dylan Holloway all day 12:41 to go. That guy is going to develop to be a 10 times better Zach Kazian by the looks of how his game is evolving here at the World Juniors. Don't forget Sweden USA tonight at 9:30. I may skip through the first period to go eat my prime rib. I don't know. We'll find out. Might screw around and just keep live streaming. I don't know. Crazy things happen here on Dolany TV when I'm having a good evening. Back on the attack. Team Canada into the skates of Finland in their own zone. They're going to fire it down the ice. High stick tipped. And Canada stupid enough to play that puck. I would have let them play it if I were them, but unfortunately on that kind of flip through the neutral zone, you got to play the puck, because if it's not called a high stick, you got problems coming back the other way. And yes, Canada's been dominating. I did not expect them to dominate Finland quite the way they are tonight, but all of a sudden Finland coming alive in this second period. They've had a couple more opportunities than in that first, and they've definitely right there, a couple of good whacks in front of the Canadian net by the Finnish attacker. Doesn't get it going. However, Canada calmly clears it. Quinton Byfield back on the attack. Great play by the Finnish defenseman number 10. Sorry, that's a big mistake on my part. And now Canada working the forecheck once again. Jacob Peltier out there. It looks like Dylan Holloway's back on the ice with, oh no, this is a different line. Sorry, my bad. It is the Quinton Byfield line. And things looking fun. That's going to be an icing. And we will have a face-off in the Finnish zone. Canada 24-5. The shots post. That could have changed this game for sure. I thought that puck hit the post, but I wasn't sure just based on the angle. I thought it hit the side of the net, but Devin Levi left him nothing, I guess is the positive. Post is never comfortable, but if you're hitting the post, I guess you either misaimed your shot or goalie left you nothing. We'll claim that. We'll claim the latter and have fun with that. And the pink lemonade's absolutely not sitting well now. 11 minutes to go in this second period, ladies and gentlemen. At the point, Team Canada shooting the puck from the point now into the traffic. Well, it goes behind the net. Back to the point now again. Canada's going to clap this one through, and that's a glove save. Kari Pirinen makes it beautifully. And away we go into what's going to be the rest of this game. Hopefully a solid game so far for Team Canada. 25-6 the shots on goal. And the biggest factor, similar to Sweden last night, Canada's dominance down low in the zone, working the forecheck, working everything correctly like you should to play winning hockey. The best defense, a good offense, and things are looking good so far. And Rory, you said your brother was a goalie, and he once said, "My goal isn't to protect the post." That is correct. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, Dan, it's been an absolute insano journey here this World Juniors on Dolany TV. On last check, currently sitting over 8,340 subscribers. And honestly, the goal is small. I just want to hit 8,350 tonight and hopefully clutch up 8,500 before the start of the NHL season. It's been a long journey here on YouTube. In case you're new to the channel, as Finland regroups in their own zone. This is Dolany TV. I'm Tyson. I've been doing this whole shtick for about 7 years, not fully covering the Oilers. I've done everything and anything there is to do on YouTube. Devin Levi has save. And honestly, it's been a long grind to 8,300. And it'll be a long grind still to 10 grand. But you know what? That's why you keep the goals small. I'm not shooting for the next 100. I'm not shooting for the next 1,000. I'm shooting simply the next 10 at a time. Take it easy. Devin Levi from Dollard de Omo in Quebec. I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure how to say that. My French is incredibly weak for a Canadian. Come see, come saw, I guess is how you would say my French. And, well, that's as far as you know I am now educated. 10-10 to go in the second period. The puck played out by the Canadians down into the Finnish zone. The puck there played by Pirinen. He's going to go D to his D to D to D to D to D to D and out of the zone. 9:55 to go in the second period. Now in on the attack. Dylan Holloway's line with McMichael and Cousins. Cousins looking in front of the net. And Dan, go get your pizza. Tip your driver. Tip your pizza joint. Whatever you're doing, make sure to tip. And especially in Airdrie, make sure to tip. There's a good business community that deserves respect in Airdrie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 9:29 to go in this second period. Dylan Cousins tips it into the finish zone. They'll pick it up there to the Finns in the blue and white trim. 9:18 trying to set up an attack. They've got a total of 6 shots now. That's a positive for them. They're in on the near side half wall wing. Tipped into the corner behind the net by Devon Levi. The Finns come up with it back to the point now. Worked there by Heinola. He's going to work down. Nice activation from the point. Backhand in front of the net. That goes nowhere. Canada back the other way. Quinton Byfield can't buy a pass through. And it is what it is. As it goes back the other way onto the stick of the Finnish. And, well, end of the day. It's 2-0 game with 8:40 to go in the second period. Sean, talking about my French, unfortunately, here in Alberta, they really don't push French courses on you too heavy if you're in public school. So it's tough, that's for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, as we head to commercial, Dylan Holloway scores a huge goal for Team Canada. Unfortunately, having to wait to officially find out it was his kind of killed the buzz of him scoring it. But secondary to that, it's just nice to have seen Dylan Holloway score a clutch goal for Team Canada to make it 2-0. We're now currently on a commercial break here, up to 62 likes on the stream. Guys, thank you so much for the generosity. Like, I mean, it's not like I'm asking a million miles asking for a like, but the fact that you're sitting here giving me that vote of confidence, that is fantastic. And yeah, now Dylan Holloway finally gets the job done for Canada. That's a welcome sight for us as Oilers fans. And now we get to enjoy kind of the rest of the tournament with the anticipation of waiting to see Dylan Holloway score now finally in the book, even though we had to wait that extra 20 seconds to get it confirmed. And ladies and gentlemen, I guess I've got to set a new goal for subscribers in this live stream, as we have crossed 8351. Thank you so much for that, by the way. And we currently find ourselves just waiting for the hockey game to get back into action. And hey, Albert, you know what? It was only a tip, but end of the day, Dylan Holloway, if he does that 5 times a season for the Oilers in front of the net and scores another 10 goals, 15 goals a season as the third line centerman or third line winger, we'll take that as a very big positive. And now you got Dylan Holloway, everybody getting in on the board battles for Canada. And that's the nice part. They've committed to physically engaging, out-battling the Finns, and going to work down low in the offensive zone. You want to talk about playing hockey? You say those 3 things, that's winning hockey to me. Any strategy where you wear down the opposing defense behind their own goal line, you're probably going to come out just fine in the score result. It probably will be in doubt maybe once in a while, but it won't be in doubt too much. As now 8:00 on the clock, exactly 8 minutes to go in this second period. Ladies and gentlemen, let's wind it up. Canada up 2-0, 25-7 the shots on goal for the men in white this evening. And they're battling behind the net, trying to find something to go here. It's going to go back around and to the point for Team Canada. Dylan Holloway looking solid when he hunts the puck. Dylan Holloway looking solid all around, no matter if he's in the open zone or not. All right. Let's see. Michael's got a 3-0 chat in the stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, you might be watching a 3-0 game right now. I'm watching a 2-0 game. Rebound off of Piernan, scrambled up in front. 2 Canadians collide, all kinds of confusion. Shot saved there, now cleared by the Finns to the other board. Peyton Krebs comes around with it. He goes to the middle of the ice. Back to the point, Bowen Byram. He's going to turn back. He's going to find something. He's going to find a shooting lane, and that one going to get scrambled up in front. And how about that? Cole Perfetti or somebody else in front. Peyton Krebs gets the goal for Team Canada. And my goodness, Team Canada all over Team Finland in their own zone. You dump it to a weak side and Team Canada finds that puck, no problem. Scrambles it up in front of the net and puts it home. Peyton Krebs having a good tournament so far. Every time I've watched Krebs, he's done all right. And sounds good when I speak into the jar. Nice and deep, a little bit of resonance there. You know what that is? Resonance? That's an old broadcasting term from my time at Nate. Resonance in the voice. I do it terribly. Redlock, I do it terribly. Resonance. See, it peaks a little bit. Weird. Anyway, Peyton Krebs, 3-0 goal for Canada. And Holloway is a demon when he's looking for the puck. Well, oh my goodness. Just wait. Just wait until you see the good old Dylan Holloway show back with the Wisconsin Badgers, playing with Cole Caulfield. Peyton Krebs' third goal of the tournament so far. Assists to Bowen Byram and Connor Zari. I just have to tweet or text someone back here as Finland misses a backdoor tappity-tap goal. And while Quinton Byfield's going to come back the other way, he gets absolutely, I mean, blown up by the Finnish defenseman. That was interesting to watch. 6:17 to go in this second period. 3-0 lead for Canada. This is unexpected at best. If you're sitting here wondering why I'm so enamored with the Canadian effort, I expected a terrible game against Finland where we probably lost 5-3 or something silly. Made a game of it late but couldn't get the job done. Well, tonight, 3-0 lead. I'm liking what we're seeing so far. 5:50 to go in the second period, ladies and gentlemen. Canada trying to get on the attack. Finland just doing enough to keep it out of their zone at this point. Now Canada enters. All kinds of scramble at the blue line. Canada taps it into the far corner. And, well, now we could see what happens here. And, yeah, could work well with Neon Leon. And Yamamoto, Dylan Holloway, I think he fits into all four lines on the Oilers, even at current. Dylan Holloway, his skills transferable to the NHL if he keeps playing big, but problem is the way Dylan Holloway plays, especially in this tournament. You play this way in the NHL, there may be somebody coming knocking to drop the gloves, and I'm not sure I'm fully comfortable with Dylan Holloway dropping the gloves quite yet. And Jeff, Canada's speed, yeah, that's the thing, right? We talk about the strong forecheck. You can't have a strong forecheck unless you've got some speed, so that's one big plus in the column there for Canada. But the same thing is, I think big part is willingness to play down low and willingness to engage in the physical battle. That's been a key factor for Canada. Speed's huge, and I mean, it's more important maybe in the transition game now that it's allowed Canada to only face 7 shots against through a total of 25 or 35 and a half minutes in this hockey game. Finland not able to match it on the transition game, which means they're not able to get it going into the zone, but it is what it is. And Hakon, I'm going to say Byfield, I don't know if it's so much diving and stuff, if it's he just does not know how to absorb contact well. Not saying there's much of a gray area in between that, but what I'm saying is he looks awkward anytime he gets touched. And I don't know if that's his size or what, but it's weird. And that's coming from a Canadian perspective. Something just doesn't make sense. And I wouldn't say it's outright flopping, but he just does not look comfortable fully facing body contact. 3:48 to go in the second period. Sorry, I saw a 3 and started getting excited about the third period. But, yeah, the Canadians have some awkward players on their team, right? Bowen Byram, he's had an awkward tournament so far. Forced to play some defense. He makes a mistake offensively and then has to make an awkward play to make it look good. I don't know. That was earlier in the tournament against Germany. All right, let's see what we get going. As Suzuki backhands it, somebody tries a one-knee one-timer side of the post to try and pass it past Piernin, but it didn't work. Canada to the attack. 3:08 to go in this period. Sorry, I'm getting a little clutchy here. I'm getting a little nervous, amped up a little bit. Plus that prime rib just smells fantastic. I can't tell you how good that prime rib smells. I'm going to be eating like a king for a couple days here. And let's see what we get going as Canadians still going to work. Absolutely digging along the boards and keeping the pressure on the Finns. First to the puck a lot. Tomasinu, he's going to be first to the puck. He just takes a high stick. That's going to be a penalty to Finland. Don't know where everybody is in the chat about that. Penalty to Finland, 2:35 to go. And am I just in time with you guys? Peyton Krebs makes it 3-0. The Krebs family extremely happy with that. Why wouldn't you be? If you're Peyton Krebs' family, you got to enjoy a 3-0 lead for Team Canada in which your boy gets that big goal to get them going. And ladies and gentlemen, currently sitting here enjoying what's been a heck of a hockey game so far. Like I told you, I promised you a heck of a hockey game. Did I think we'd have a heck of a hockey game like this for Canada? Not really, but I'm just going to quickly check a quick stat here, and we're going to see what we get going here. Is right now, sitting here, looking at How about that? A total of 14,000 minutes watched last hour. Ladies and gentlemen, those are stupid numbers on Dolani TV. I have not seen 14,000 minutes watched in an hour in a long, long while. And just for reference, that's 237 hours. So for reference, last hour combined on the live stream, everybody that tuned in watched a total of, combined together, 24 hours times 10 days. 240 hours. 10 days worth of content watched on Dolani TV last hour. That is silly town numbers, and I appreciate that. That end of the shift, power play for Canada. And Bernard, Canada is a powerhouse team. I still don't think the real Canada has been shown. Helenius. All right, it's Helenius. Helenius. I'm not sure. Ray Ferraro giving me a different pronunciation than how I've been doing it. 2:30 to go. In the second period, down low goes the puck. 153, the shot misses wide. And what am I drinking? Liquid snacks? No, it's just pink lemonade flavored soda stream water. I know, lame as it might be. Guy's gotta keep his head about him. I'm off the rails at the best of time. Last thing I need is a little bit of Pink Whitney courage to get me going on live stream tonight. All right, anyway. Puck moved down low, behind the Finnish net, now to the half-wall far side, back to the point. Canada walking the line with Bo and Byram. They go back to the half-wall option far side. Now short side, shot, saved. Shot by Byram, off of Bjornen, straight up in the air behind the net. Puck's on the back of the net. Krebs comes up with the puck. Everybody there battling for it for Team Canada. And Dylan Holloway, yes, pimp, Dylan Holloway, scored a big goal for Team Canada to make it 2-0. Now shot, ooh, inside of the post and out by Connor McMichael. What a shot there. And what are we doing? What are we doing here? There we go. Puck down low. Shot saved. Again, another goal post. And Canada getting it going across. This one blocked in front. Now Canada keeps it going. That was a nice hook and play by Connor McMichael not to get called. And it is absolute just everything you put on nets, going on net, anything and everything. Rip it, rip it, rip it by Team Canada here. Much, much better to watch than the game against Slovakia. Absolutely take it to Finland. You've a team that can take it. Do it simple. Open your shot and take it. That's all you have to do. Team Canada, 32 shots through 2 periods so far. Looks getting it going for sure. All right, 34 seconds to go in the second period. Ladies and gentlemen, 34 shots for Team Canada. Insanity through 2 periods. Let's see what we got. 20 seconds to go here. And we just want to finish this off. Just get this done. I need a bathroom break. I'll admit to that. And oof, chance for Canada. Turnover there by Finland to end it. But it is what it is. And 3 seconds. Shot on. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen. Second period in the book. We will go for a bathroom break. What I will tell you right now. If you've stuck with me all this time, you're about to see a replay. If you haven't, well, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy what you're about to witness here on Dolani TV. By the way, there's a Team Canada jersey right there in case you didn't know. I do go support the Canadians, and I got to do something in a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back. Enjoy. This is Dolani TV. This is the Dolani TV front license plate. What a beautiful piece of merch put together by my buddy up in Cold Lake. Well, let me tell you, you ever see this driving around? You probably want to get off the sidewalks. Just saying. This is Dolani TV. And that was nothing but net. This is Dolani TV. You may be wondering why I'm standing out here in nothing but a tank top in about minus 15 degrees Celsius weather. Well, let me put it to you this way. Why do people cheer for the Calgary Flames? Exactly. Some things just don't make sense. This is Dolani TV. This is a piece of cardboard. That is a towel. And if that towel could speak, it would tell me, no, you're a towel. This is Dolani TV. Hold on. Let me take this from a different approach, all right? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tyson Dolany, and welcome into Imperial Oil Place in Cold Lake this evening. It's the Cold Lake Ice versus St. Paul Canadians in Game 4 of the NEA-JBHL Round 1 Playoff Series. Right? I think so. Right? I think so. Alright, I gotta fix something here. How about we go like this? And we go here. Ooh, take that off. How about we go there? That look better? I think that looks better. 100%. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dolany TV. Welcome into live coverage. I just gotta take that off for a second. Live coverage of the World Juniors Tournament here between Canada and Finland. Group A preliminary round action in which it determines who takes home first place in the group. This is an Edmonton Oilers channel, by the way. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is all Oilers all the time. Alright, let's get to it. I definitely wanted Leon at the 14 draft. Bennett couldn't even do a chin-up at the combine because he had a broken arm or shoulder or something. And here we go. Great period for Canada. Get it done. And the first 5 minutes will be tense. I expect, that the Finns have to come out swinging at some point. And I'd expect if they come out in the first 5 minutes, we could be a little bit of fun to be had. That is for sure. And let's see. Is Holloway credited with that goal? Yes, he is. Dylan Holloway has the goal for Team Canada, the second one of the game. Let's get to the summary here and get you some information. Dylan Cousins, the goal for Canada. 3-0 after the second period for Canada. Dawson Mercer with 5 shots on net. Juuso Parssinen with a shot on net for Finland, who have a total, I'll tell you, of 7 shots on net. Now with 6 in that second period, doesn't even seem like it got any. Dylan Holloway from Jacob Pelche and Braden Schneider to make it 2-0 in that second period. And Peyton Krebs, his third goal of the tournament from Bowen Byram and Connor Zari, who finally gets a point. And Michael, you can't wait to watch me yell when Darnell Nurse does something dumb. Well, don't worry. I did that a lot in the playoffs, and I will do that a lot again this season, I am sure. Hudson, you just wanted to say go Canada. Well, appreciate you coming on by the live stream once again. It's been a hot and dandy live stream this evening. Did not expect this nutty of a live stream. Last night we were streaming for about 23 people, and tonight we're streaming for about 200. 10 times that. That is absolutely crazy. Pauline, your 5-1 prediction is getting close to reality. That it is. And Team Canada making a game of it this evening. That is for sure. And I just got to quickly update some stuff here on the back end of the live stream, and we'll get going and see what happens here the rest of the way home between Canada and Finland. And I'll tell you, alright, you want something crazy here on Dolany TV? This live stream currently has over 14,200 views. That's special to me for a big reason here. I'll give you an idea. Dolany TV has been around for a total of 7 years. Dolany TV has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos over 14,000 views. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, during this Canada versus Finland live stream, and if you're just tuning in, you are now part of top 10 history here on Dolany TV. Thank you for that. And with that, let's plow through and see if we can get into the top 5, shall we? If we can hit somewhere around 20,000 views on this live stream, we very well could find ourselves in top 5 history on Dolany TV, up there with the likes. You want to know what my top rated live action video is on Dolany TV? Let me just go have fun with you here. In the chat section right now, you want to watch one of the most watched videos on Dolany TV. It's got over 30,000 views, by the way. I will get you a link to this golden video. And you got to check it out. Alright, live in the chat, the yellow highlighted name in the chat, Dolany TV, you can check that out. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've stuck tuned for the past period and you're sitting here considering, well, what's this guy do other than World Juniors? I do Edmonton Oilers coverage. This is all Oilers all the time, on Dolany TV. So, what I want to tell you is, simply put, subscribe if you're an Oilers fan, or if you want to be an Oilers fan, or if you want to learn about the Canadian North Division, or if you want to watch the Oilers time to time, or if you want updates on the Oilers. If you want anything Oilers, I'm your guy. I mean, I might not do the best job. I might not be the best show on YouTube when it comes to the Oilers, but I'm your guy for all things Edmonton Oilers. That's what I'm going to say. So, Pimp, is Philip Broberg playing? Well, that's what we need to find out for Team Sweden this evening. So to that, we go to the NHL Insiders list, and Zdeno Chara with the Washington Capitals includes a full no movement clause. 2 absolutely dominant periods here by Team Canada. Holloway has been a demon on the forecheck, rewarded with a deflection goal in front. And JJ, where's the live stream? I wish I could show it to you, but that's copyright material and I can't show it to you. So let's see if we can find something here. As there's 2 goalies in a guy quick hit, or 2 guys in a goalie quick hit, and there is nothing new. Nothing new so far. And someone's going to have a very happy new year. Right now, the current jackpot for the 50-50 between Canada and Finland is at $3.7 million. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine cashing that this evening. Wow, that would be absolutely silly town. It would be, that's for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have just a couple more things to take care of here on the back end of my things, and then we'll get it going. As so far, so good for Team Canada against Team Finland. We're talking, I would humbly accept, I have hometown advantage because I'm in Edmonton. Well, let me tell you. Prizes on Dolan TV. One day it will happen. One day we will get going somewhere crazy. I tell you, it's got to happen, right? You don't just grind here for 7 years to get nowhere. I'm going to tell you that much. So I'm going to run some numbers here quickly and see what we've been up to for the past little bit. And it looks like so far so good. Oh yeah, looking all right today, that's for sure. And all right, what do we got going on? I need to get that. The texts are literally saying, hey buddy that's watching my TSN account, make sure to tell those guys I also do Edmonton Oilers. So my buddy X Snipes Edmonton Oilers here on YouTube, he's the guy allowing me to bring this to you via his TSN direct account. So make sure, if you're in the chat, go please subscribe to my man X Snipes Edmonton Oilers. He is grinding away trying to hit 1,000 subscribers so as he can get the sweet features of YouTube as well. So please hit him up and let him know Dolany TV sent you. That's all I gotta say. And definitely as well, guys, the chat kind of sitting here yelling at me to ask for the likes on the streams. I hate doing it, but definitely if you could do me a favor, if you've enjoyed the live stream so far, don't be shy, hit the like button and let me know how your evening is going if you're just tuning in as well. That would be greatly appreciated. As my man X Snipes Edmonton Oilers currently sitting at 217 subscribers. I know there's at least 3 people in the chat that could get him up over, I don't know, 220. I think that's possible, so why not do it? As we sit here waiting the SodaStream commercial, this is how much pink lemonade I got left, and then we're done for the evening until the Sweden game when we go to the water and iced tea. All right, one last quick check of Twitter and we'll see what happens. Future Battle of Alberta rivals teaming up for the good of their country, scoring that goal. Pelche, Holloway, you know, they didn't make that up. That was a thing that was going to happen at some point, and it did happen, and that's solid. One thing of note, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff, whether you're talking about moving Canada's feet and the speed and the foot speed and all that, or if you're talking about Finland not being able to match the compete level of Canada, one thing we have not talked about through 2 periods of hockey here on Dolany TV is simply put the penalty discipline of Canada. Yet to take a penalty in the game. That ought to count for something, and a 3-0 lead. Now, ladies and gents, what I also have to say is you're ordering takeout for New Year's Eve. I know you are. I know right now in the live stream, somewhere out there, in the world, out of the 232 people tuning in live right now to Dolany TV who hear me stammering on, I'll tell you this. There's at least 15 of you that are going to order takeout this evening. And if you're ordering takeout, order from a local mom and pop restaurant where you know that money paid for food goes towards putting skates on their kids' feet for this upcoming hockey season, whether it be the rest of this year or next year. And definitely when your delivery driver gets to your door, tip them, and tip them good. Tip him or her. Actually, that's what I gotta say. Tip him or her good. And enjoy yourself a great evening. And if you're sitting there, man, I got to make a trip to the adult beverage store. And unfortunately, I've already had a couple adult beverages. Do the responsible thing. We live in a modern age of technology. Order up that extra bottle of whatever you've been beveraging on this evening via an app and tip that delivery driver and make sure you get them having a great New Year's Eve as well. I'm sure they would love to be doing what you're doing, ordering that bottle of adult beverage, so why not? Hey, you know what? Let them have a good end of the shift, maybe at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and then let them go home, buy something from their store, and have a great evening thanks to your generosity. Ladies and gentlemen, shop local, tip well, enjoy a great New Year's Eve at home, and how about enjoy a great end to 2020 watching Canada come out on top in hockey once again. I mean, it's the New Year's Eve tradition, is it not? Absolutely. All right. Arfie, got it playing on the big screen. Hey, appreciate that. You know what? That's the other cool thing is, one thing I've been grateful for in my career is everybody, when I used to cover Junior B hockey, would always send me pictures of how they were watching. And the coolest thing ever was 2013. I started calling play-by-play games, and then all of a sudden 2014 I got to go up to Grand Prairie, Alberta for the Junior B Provincials. The Cold Lake Ice were in it, and guess what? I got to be on the big screens at the local Original Joe's in Cold Lake, and that was the coolest thing ever. I had made TV, and 17-year-old Tyson was going big time. Now, fast forward 7 years, here's 17-year-old Tyson live streaming World Juniors coverage on YouTube. It is what it is, but hey, you know what? Broadcasting isn't for everyone, and it wasn't for me. And that's just dandy and good to go. All right. Rory, you're alone at New Year's? Well, you know what? I've been very thankful. I do live with a family member, so I've had a family member with me all through this whole thing, this interesting period of time, so that's been great. But yeah, you know what? Even dealing with one person every day still gets kind of lonely when you don't get to see your friends every single day, that's for sure. And I'm a very, very big time social butterfly, if you can't tell. I like to talk, and the best way to do that is around a whole bunch of people. Now you imagine you get a whole bunch of Oilers fans together and you get me going, and oh my goodness, the debates are great. And Jeff, your mom's great. She cooked for you. Well, you know what? I got family members. Like I said, I've got a prime rib upstairs just roasting away. Family's doing me nice. That's the nice part, is they set me up. They said, hey, Tyson, have the basement, do a YouTube studio, and get going. And Reap, do I know any teams from the KHL? Well, you might know the Helsinki squad there, Jokerit. Yeah, Jokerit's a pretty one that comes to mind. Of course, there's a couple players there that have played for the NHL squads. But obviously CSKA Moscow, where a couple of Edmonton Oilers prospects in Dmitry Samorukov, and I believe there's another couple of them playing there as well. And then Lokomotiv, where you've got Ilya Konovalov of the Edmonton Oilers player. There's a lot going on, that's for sure. Dustin, welcome in. Glad to have you along for the live stream this evening. Glad to have everybody along for the live stream so far, that's for sure. And let me tell you, you ever want a good laugh, go to my Dolany TV comment sections on my video. There are plenty of good laughs in there. Anyway. Alright, let's find out what we got going here as live streaming. Oh, I made that big screen. Don't want to make that big screen. Sorry to that. Anyway, 257 of you joining by. I have no clue what I'm doing well tonight. Apparently I did something right. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, a total of 3,000 of you have come by Dolany TV this past hour. Appreciate that. And again, I'm just waiting for this intermission to end, and the second period intermission, every game seems to be the intermission that doesn't end. And Dylan took that puck all the way to the net. Holloway. I tried to say it kind of funny, but it didn't work out as well as I had expected. But yes, Mr. Gene Principe approves of the pun. And Duncan, you're the next Jim Gilchrist. As far as I'm concerned, well, I'm going to tell you. If I ever get back into broadcasting, it's probably going to be a dark, dark day. I've got a very good job doing what I do, and I have to go half an hour to work every day as opposed to all over the world. And Simon, you're cheering in from Italy. Hope everything's great in the new year. I don't know if Italy's officially in the new year. I imagine they're dang close. It's probably 11 if minimum. And now Gord Miller back on my television set. Yes, 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 yes. This is good news. Third period time getting underway in a matter of minutes. Canada versus Finland. That's a nice touch with the flags under the desk. Peyton Krebs. He's had a pretty good game so far. Good forecheck and attack for him to turn over some pucks is what they're showing. And, of course, a couple of great chances on net, drawing a penalty and doing some good things. Dustin, what am I drinking? Pink Lemonade Soda Stream. And if you don't believe me, here is my Soda Stream bottle. And will I stream until 11 for the new year? Euler, I will we'll find out how far I can go through the Sweden game, that's for sure. All right. Canada. Ready to go. Dylan Holloway on the ice. And let's find out what we get going here. Holloway for the Hattie. Holloway, just get another point. One more. That's all I'm asking. A great effort out of him would be good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, now all of a sudden a simple question ends up with everybody chiming in with what they're drinking this evening. And hey, lay it on me. How are you drinking along for this game? Whether it be like me, the pink lemonade, keeping it going, trying to remember New Year's Eve 2020. I don't know why, but I'm trying to remember it. And then everybody else, maybe you're trying to just drink off 2020. That's fine, dandy. However you're enjoying your beverages, you just let me know in the chat. As we are 19:52 to go in this third period. Shot, rifled, Piernan, glove save, 19:48. 4 seconds bled with that chance. And now Finland trying to defend the puck. And look at Holloway. That guy just does not miss a second around the puck. He buzzes till it's on his stick, and you like to see it as he's going back. He's even going to go play defense right now, trying to get the rush up the ice, but unfortunately takes a little bit of steps too far. And now back the other way as Finland looking in on the attack. They're going to go behind the net, back to the top of the zone. Finland misfires, but keeps it in. And it's battled across and out by Connor McMichael, who gets a shift change for Canada. And of course now the rolly chair is getting extra rolly because I'm getting extra fidgety after sitting here for 2 hours. But hey, it's all good. We'll get through it. 19 minutes to go in this third period in what's been an absolute incredible game so far for Team Canada, and an effort for Devin Levi, who's made a couple of key, well, I mean, that post, I guess, is the keyest save of the game, and it wasn't a save, so what am I talking about? Anyway, puck's cleared out of the Canadian zone. Finland, yes, they're starting a little bit hotter, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see. Happy New Year, Fisker from Germany. And here we go. As 2021 draws closer, a total of 6 hours and 12 minutes to go in Alberta till the new year. The excitement, can you feel that? And now, Finland coming to play in this third period. They've had a couple of attacks so far, and oh, interesting. Okay. Apparently Ken Holland was on 1260 today up in Edmonton, so we got to check that out after and hear what he has to say. 17:58 to go in the third period. Finland clears this puck, not for long. Canada will be offside at the line. Unfortunately, that is tough, but hey, we'll battle through and get the job done in this third period. And offsides not going to set us back that far realistically, ladies and gentlemen. Canada has got this, no questions asked, I would say. Let me just make sure we aren't missing anything on Twitter, because apparently Ken Holland was on there. And yeah, Pierre-Luc Dubois' contract, all in space salary. Interesting to see there as well. 17:48 to go in the third period. And so far, so good for Finland, who's looked a little bit sharper to start this third period than any other period so far this game. And that's a welcome sign. A little bit more competitive balance to this game to maybe end it out with 17 and a half minutes to go. We are now through 42 and a half minutes of hockey this game. And Sean, am I going to get merch that I can buy, that you guys can buy? Trust me, I am working with a graphic design shop. And I'm working with a graphic designer to potentially put together something special. And Dubois wanted to trade. No, Dubois didn't want to trade. Some idiot GM decided to tell an NHL insider, hey, Dubois might want to trade because I called Columbus and said, does Dubois want to trade? Shot there by Canada to get it going, can't get it back in the net. But that's all it was. It was the GM said, hey, I talked to Columbus about a Dubois trade. Not did it go anywhere. He just said I talked to him. That's something that happened. You believe me? Guess you do. And, of course, Pierre LeBrun tweeted it out, and then he signed. It is what it is. All right. Yari Curry up there in the rafters for Edmonton. Playing below him is the Finnish World Junior squad. All those banners for the Oilers. 80s success that I never saw. 16:51 to go in the third period. And, well, let's get it done. Fred, you're talking about a crossbar. And now, you got to go back the other way. Let's bridge Pilsner. Ah, there you go, Mr. T. That's all right, Frosty Mug. No other way to do it. You ain't going to do it any other way, trust me. That's backhand. Oh, my goodness. You guys were talking about that crossbar. That was a beauty. Look at that backhand roof job. And it just tinks off the bottom of the crossbar. Canada. Lazy penalty by Dylan Cousins. Takes one in the offensive zone. We've talked about it. Nothing happening. And now, all of a sudden, well, we've got a penalty coming up to Canada. We'll probably get it in the next 5 seconds or so. Finland back the other way. And, well, Canada will have 2 of the next 16 minutes to kill off shorthanded. Now, Finland's just killing time here. They know exactly what they're doing. Lull Canada to sleep. And then go kill them on the power play as now they work ahead into the offensive zone at last. This penalty, delayed penalty, lasting forever. And they're going to call play dead finally. All right. Done and dusted. At long last. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Breathe. That's all we can do. Breathe. Relax. Don't do it. All right. What do we got? Apparently, we've got a message here. Ooh, that McMichael backhand. Bar down and out. You gotta hate that. Gotta hate that. And that's like bar down sideways note, but is what it is. I'm sure we'll be fine. Dylan Cousins on the tripping call. Go out cold, Miss Wilson Canadian. They said the same about McDave. Everybody, glad to have you along. Esa Tikkanen, Jeff, that's a name. That's what Oilers fans know for sure. And we may just have a feline visitor here in a moment's time. Top 10, nice. Too bad the Oilers won't see top 10 all season. Well, Duncan, the worst we can do is top 7 in the North Division. All right, anyway. Albert, all depends. Finn score. Ooh. Here, watch this. Ooh. Nice save there by Devin Levi on that first opportunity. Now, we're going to watch the Canadian power play kind of fall apart here. It's going to go there. Finns across, winding it up, and it's going to go across. That's going to be a rifle of a shot pass by Brad Lambert, trying to tee up the one-timer. Now it's going to be back to Brad Lambert. Wow. Who was asking about Brad Lambert earlier? That was a heck of a shot by the kid. That was a heck of a shot, and that's what makes that kid special. Rifle of a shot. If anyone's going to score for Finland, I'm going to take Brad Lambert all day. That was a beautiful, beautiful play by Brad Lambert. And I mean, I can't count how many tournament goals I've seen scored this way so far. But look at that rifle shot by Brad Lambert, 33. He knows what he's doing. He rifles it off the stick of the Canadian defender Harley. Sure, it's a nice tip goal, I guess, by the Canadian defender, but is what it is. End of the day. All right. Devin Levi. 5 minutes, 5 seconds into the third period, the first goal for Finland. Brad Lambert gets it on the power play. And now Topi Niemela and Juuso Parssinen get the assists. 14:30 to go in this third period. Canada in on the attack. 36 seconds. Oh my goodness. Stop confusing the time and seconds shots, Tyson. Brutal. You'd think I know better after live streaming how many ever games. But anyway. 36 shots for Canada. All right, Michael, you're talking about a Canada power play. Well, Tomasino's going to come to the attack. That's going to be hauled down. That's got to be a penalty to Finland. That's not the penalty to Finland. Okay, sure. Stick in the legs, doesn't get called. And this one, puck played around the boards. Finland on the attack again. They're going to shoot this puck, and what's this? What's this one? I don't know what they're calling. But either way, Finland's made this an interesting game, 3-1. Now, unfortunately, somebody came in here and did say that this game was fixed and that it was going to be a 4-1 finals. So look for that to potentially happen too. That's an interesting go too. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you're sitting here thinking, well, this game may very well be done, I'm going to go enjoy New Year's Eve dinner now. Very well, have yourself a great evening. But before you do that, don't forget to think about hitting that subscribe button and coming back for the quarterfinals on Saturday afternoon. And of course, the gold medal games and stuff to come later next week, as we're currently sitting at 8,354 subscribers. And if we could hit 8375 when it's all said and done, great. And if you're sitting here saying, no, I'm going to watch the whole thing through, going to see how this game ends, and then hit subscribe, great. Blow me away once I finish the stream. Anyway, again, a reminder, if you're getting takeout tonight, tip your delivery driver. Please tip your delivery driver. Skip the dishes ad just played. That keeps reminding me. And I mean, smart on DoorDash and Skip to be just out there pounding it. But yes, please tip your delivery driver. They're working for you tonight. That was a weird one. Roughing against Byram, or against Hervinen on Byram. I don't get how that one works, but weird penalty to take. And how about that? Canada so far 0 for 4 on the power play, 9 shots. Finland's 1 for 1. So you want to know the key to success? Canada, play 5-on-5. That's all it says. Do not play on the power play. Do not play short-handed. Happy New Year's, everyone. Oh, well, we're getting close. It is 5:57, almost 6 hours to go to 2021. You believe 2020 is just about to wind down with 6 hours to go. Shot, fired, back of the net, missed, and now cleared off the glass and auto play by the Finnish attack, or Finnish defense, pardon me, on the Canadian attack. Minute 27 on the power play left remaining. You see, the longer I go, the more I start screwing up. That's nature. That's the nature of the business, let me tell you that. It just is what starts happening to me, unfortunately. End of the day, not too concerned about it, because we will finish off this hockey game with a new top 10 video on Dolany TV, and I appreciate that all the way. As Canada trying not to turn this puck over, Finland doing everything to turn it over against Byron Bowen. Byram. Brutal. Anyway, Dylan Cousins, how about that? Let's get him on the attack and maybe see Peyton Krebs and Connor McMichael do something on the power play. Maybe. And here we go. The shot, Perfetti shooting it, rifling it wide. Back to the point. Byram's not there, is what it is. And back the other way, the Canadians have to come. What does the rest of the world think of the all-Canadian officiating? Ooh, Mr. T, good question. Yeah, he'll be out soon. Faircone, hey, that's all right. English is solid so far. Canadian power play, not so solid. They've had a lot of shots. They've looked good. They've scrambled pucks. They played well behind the net. They've kept the puck in, whatever you want to say. Everything good about the power play except goal scoring so far for Canada, and that's just a lazy play at the point by Team Canada, playing it back to Bowen Byram. Now up the boards, headman ahead to Suzuki, who will get it across, and here they go. The Canadians teeing it up backdoor for Suzuki. He can't get it going. And, well, you know what? 12 minutes to go in this third period. Take me home. hockey. And shorthanded save by Devon Levi. That head coach of Finland, he's got some hair. He's got some deadly, well-combed, well-gelled hair. Devon Levi makes an awkward save. This shot by Devon Levi hits the Finnish Heinola in his hand. That had to hurt. Heinola with the Winnipeg Jets, if you may remember. And he actually went down the tunnel for Finland. That's not a good sign. Heinola is a big-time defender for them. 1 second left in the Canadian power play. 11:53 to go in the third period. And I smell, oh ladies and gentlemen, I smell prime rib, that's for sure. And the sooner we get done this period, the sooner I can get up and eat and then fire up the Sweden stream a little bit later this evening. Now back the other way comes Canada in on the attack. They're going to go back and nothing's going to happen there, as it's going to be turned around there by Anton Lundell of Finland, who's been rather quiet tonight. 11 shots for Finland. He has a couple of them, but Brad Lambert, the goal scorer on the power play, 36-11 the shots for Canada. Now rifled around, and Devon Levi, another save, 12th save of the game for Devon Levi. And that, my friends, is a solid one for him so far. All right, quick check of the stats, shall we? Canada, 1 goal out of Dylan Cousins, 5 shots out of Dawson Mercer, and a total of 33 saves for Kari Pyörinen, Niemela, and Parsonen, the only assists of the game so far for Team Finland. That's what you need to know. That's where we're going, and well, let's find out what we get the rest of the way here. Canada, Finland. It's going to be flipped into the zone by Cole Perfetti. 11:10 to go in the third period. I'm getting all kinds of shaky because I am getting hungry, and smelling that food is getting me amped up to finish this hockey game. A tight one between Canada and Finland here within the last 11 minutes of hockey. The last game of Group A action in Edmonton for the 2021 World Juniors. If the Oilers make the playoffs, should they trade Nurse and a first-round pick to draft Wallstead? Well, here's the problem. Depends how Nurse performs and depends what Nurse becomes, because Nurse could easily turn into an excellent defenseman this year out of nowhere, right? He is supposed to be a good defender, and look at this. Dylan Holloway trying to beat the icing. Seconds behind it, though. Split seconds, that is. 10:28 to go in this period. Kukkonen, he got there. And, ooh, that other Finnish coach, he's got some fancy hair too. 10:28. We've got half a period to play, and we're going to find out what happens. And it's not about having hope in Nurse. It's about having hope the Oilers can make something out of Nurse kind of deal. And here we go. Backhand. Glove save for Devon Levi. And yes, they need to keep some experience. And I mean, you can talk about it being bad experience for Darnell Nurse against Chicago, but it's still experience nonetheless. If you don't learn from the bad experiences, you aren't going to learn from the good ones. I think there's been several quotes about that over the history of the world. If you don't remember and learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. Is that not the quote? I think it is. As this shot, front of the net, blocked in front, 10:08 to go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, past the 5/6 mark of hockey, we are good to go. All right, here we go. Back the other way comes Finland in on the attack. We're going to see what happens here for this final 10 minutes, but now the game all of a sudden slowing down. And Rory the Sketch dunking on the Flames. That's an all-timer from me. Me having that brainchild in the middle of the morning, that was great. 12th overall pick by Florida in the 2020 draft was Anton Lundell. Would have been interesting to see if he was still on the board, if the Oilers would have gone for him in the draft. But instead, we've got Dylan Holloway, who happens to have a goal in this game. 9:42 to go. And, well, third period action. Winding down tightly here. Finland taking it a little bit more to the Canadians now. And I'm starting to like what I'm seeing out of the Finns. Not giving up yet. And that's nice to see. You know, could have been easy. Down 3-0 to give up. But now Canada. Shot number 37 of the game. Pelche getting involved. But Finland's like, dude, just go. It's 3-1. We're going to take it to you the next little bit, and we're going to see how this all pans out for both sides, and we're not going to worry too much about anything, and it's going to be beautiful anyway. All right, quick check of something here, just to give you an update on the watch time minutes here, as we're sitting currently absolute insano numbers, that's for sure. As a total of 6,900 minutes watched last hour. And John, you're asking, WTF is this? This is Tyson on Dolany TV, semi-retired Junior B broadcaster, bringing you live coverage of the World Junior Hockey Championships live from Edmonton, talking all about Team Canada, specifically Dylan Holloway, the Edmonton Oilers draft pick. That's what this is. I know you're trying to insult me, you're trying to upset me, but I'm plain speaking to you. This is what this is. Take it or leave it. Have a great evening. Tip your server for when you get takeout. Okay? Have I not made myself clear? Tip your server, tip your delivery driver, tip the restaurant, get it from mom and pop who just so happen to be putting skates on their kids' feet, not hands, instead of, I don't know, the big corporation out there doing that. Jim Giraffe Young. All right. Let's go. 9:25 to go in this period. Well, it's the third period. So in this game, 9:18 to go. And we got to see what happens here. It'll be deflected into the zone, potentially off the glass, I think. And that's going to be whistled down. And the referee's getting over there. Somebody's not impressed with somebody. And, I mean, is this game going to start getting chippy? That'd be nice. A little Canadian chippiness and tournament. That'd be all right. Jack Quinn, 8th overall draft pick by Buffalo in the 2020 NHL draft. Poor old Buffalo, drafting 7th and 8th in consecutive drafts. The Oilers, I guess they drafted 10th and 8th, and it got worse off. Here I am. Never mind. It could be a neat trick with skates on the hands. Well, you know, I've probably seen it. That's for sure. Semi-pro. No, semi-retired. As here we go. Back the other way. As it's going. And Harpoon Wave finally makes his first appearance in the live streams. Appreciate you coming on by, buddy. As Quentin Byfield. Backhand into the slot. 8:40 to go. Third period. As it is going. Harpoon Wave, the biggest Canucks fan on Dolany TV. So just make sure to get him going. 8:25 to go in this third period. I am almost out of pink lemonade. I have one sip left and, well, Finland to get going. And soda, I'm not saying I was drafted by anyone. I have never played a stitch of hockey in my life competitively. I've played outdoor rink hockey and shitty on the indoor rinks. No, what I'm saying is I'm semi-retired from broadcasting. Calling hockey games. That's my strong suit. That's my passion. That's what I do well. Ooh. 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 Harpoon, I'd love to see Jack Quinn Hughes win an Norris Trophy. After we see Cale Makar win a Norris Trophy. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm dying. Pink lemonade went down the wrong tube. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, back into the finish zone is Team Canada. Inside the last 7:45 to go. I'm just watching the clock. Just wait till we hit the 5-minute mark and I start telling you it's the 300-second mark. That's when you know I'm getting desperation time. Alright, anyway, what are we doing here? Just pink lemonade, ladies and gentlemen. Just pink lemonade. As we go 7:24 in the third period. Finland has it behind their own net. Hataka, he comes up with the puck. And Finland trailing 2 goals. Trying to set up an attack into the Canadian zone. Transition through the neutral would be step number 1. And they have not had a lot of luck with that. And Marion, you forgot about this game. It's all good. We've had a good live stream. Even without you. As quick have a Crown Royal. I am not a whiskey man. I will tell you that. Adult beverages, in terms of things, are not my strong suit either. Who scored for Canada? How about Dylan Cousins? How about Peyton Krebs? And may I say, Dylan Holloway of the Edmonton Oilers scored for Team Canada. And Harpoon, Pettersson will light the Oilers up this season. That's great. If he's the only goal scorer for the Canucks and he scores 3 times in a 4-3 loss, all right by me. That makes for a lot of happy people at work and makes for a happy Oilers fan as well winning that hockey game. Best vote right there. 6:20 to go in the third period. And, well, that's a turnover. Lazy one by the Finnish side in their own zone. Dylan Cousins up with the puck. Dylan Holloway hunting for it as well. Connor McMichael fires a wrister into the glove of Pirinen, and that is another save. And for Finland, Marion, I'm going to give you 2 guesses, and Landell is an incorrect answer. So bingo, bingo, bingo. Brad Lambert is the goal scorer for Finland. And what do I drink? If you drink, I drink cherry whiskey. That is my choice drink, choice adult beverage, cherry whiskey. And I mean, it's an odd choice, but it's a great choice. You have not tried anything good until you've tried cherry whiskey with Dr. Pepper. Back the other way we go. Fired back into Finnish territory because they can't cross the Canadian blue line in the last 2 minutes. So why even bother? Oh yes, well, you got to bother. You got to try and win a game. Anyway, back the other way. 5:45 to go. Finland trying to set up an attack. Quentin Byfield slashing the net for whatever reason. And we got to see what happens. As it would be interesting to watch this one maybe finish out a 4-1, 5-1 game, but I think it's going to finish up 3-1 by the looks of this. Devin Levi, the save for sure. And Harpoon. Podkolzin played Broberg. Broberg is playing injured, by the way. Just don't mind me. Broberg is insanely injured this tournament. He's got a foot, leg, arm, something injury along the way. But ladies and gentlemen, the chat getting me going here is this game wrapping up. It's a solid game, but all of a sudden the kind of dominance by Canada's coming to an end. They aren't dominating the zone as much, and Finland's trying to pressure the zone, but they're not getting it going as well. And I mean, Soda, I know you keep telling me this preliminary round. This is still for tops in Group A. This game doesn't mean anything for the gold medal round winner, but this means something for winning the group, and that's why I'm excited to watch it. Team Canada's had a good performance, and this is not the performance I expected. So I am 100% with you. I expected Finland to win this game. The thing is, Canada's come out and impressed me by actually showing up. That's what I was worried about. Canada was going to not show up. They have, and it's been excellent so far, and that's the entertaining part. It's just the fact that Canada chose to show up. Excellent. And let's see what happens here is the shift of the game. Canada gets to work. Shot blocked there, and then Peyton Krebs just going to work. And here we go. Shot by Byram, and then back in the net by Peyton Krebs. And Lambert is the next draft. Yes, Lundell is the one that was drafted by Florida last year. And here we go. Back to the zone. Do the Canadians go? Shot across. McMichael's not there. And why don't we go 5:16 to go in this third period? Are they trying to tell just a guy? I don't know. I have not a clue. I have not a clue what YouTube suggests. I get all the time Grammarly commercials on YouTube. Not a clue why. I mean, Google's probably trying to tell me something, I guess. As 4:57 to go in the third period. It comes back into the Canadian zone, or Finnish zone. Dylan Cousins leaves it for Dylan Holloway, who goes cross crease. Passing doesn't so seem to be Dylan Holloway's strong suit. And in net for Finland, if you're just tuning in, is Kari Pirinen, who's had a fantastic game. 35 saves on 38 shots, and a great effort despite his team really not showing up through 2 periods until about the second minute of the third period at long last. 4:22 to go in this third period now, and we'll see what happens to go. As 4:14 to go in this third period. Wind it down. I just want my prime rib, man. I just want my prime rib. That's all I'm waiting for. Is I want to get this game done in the next 5-10 minutes, and then have half an hour to eat my prime rib before I have to fire up the Sweden stream. fact, I might not stream the Sweden game, but I guess we'll find out. Stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button and find out. Brad, welcome into the live stream. 3:51 to go. Tick those seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, 220 seconds to go in this hockey game. That is not going to be a penalty to Bowen Byram. That should have, by all definitions of this game so far, been a penalty to Bowen Byram. And yes, Anton Lundell is drafted by the Florida Panthers last draft. And the Finland, oh sorry, I'm all kinds of confused here. All right, anyway, look at me all eager. Hey, look at me all eager to get to supper. All right, 3:18 to go. Shot blocked in front by the Canadians, and we're hoping to get things going. As Demko's the best goal in the West, you might be forgetting about that guy Connor Hellebuck that just won the what was that, Vezina Trophy? Yeah, that's right. Shot stopped in front by the goalies. And I don't know, these refs, they've only awarded one power play to Finland. That could be a deciding factor in this because Canada's been terrible on the man or man disadvantage. And that's tough to watch. Stick goes flying into the stands. And yeah, I think Kari Purinen comes up due this year for the draft. And the defense, the Canucks are weak and slow. Ooh, guys, getting the chirps going. I like it. 2:30 to go in this third period. Inside the last 150 minutes to go. And there is somebody, if Canada scores an empty net goal, that is about to sit here and laugh in my face, coming in here saying this game is rigged because they did say it's a rigged game 4-1 to open up this live stream. And now all of a sudden Finland has an empty net. 3-1 Canada leads with a total of an empty net and a couple of seconds to go on the clock. Interesting to note right there. Weird predictions coming in the chat. I don't know what to say. But anyway, Canada to the face-off. 2:18 to go in the third period. Let's take it 150 minutes, seconds. I confused myself. 150 seconds, yeah. Could have been a Canadian penalty for tripping. Should have been a Canadian penalty for tripping. Now, 2:09 to go in this third period. Canada trying to close out this game. Finland's attack coming on strong. You imagine losing this game in the last 2 minutes? Interesting. And oh boy, weird omens on the old YouTubes tonight. Anton Lundell in his own zone. He's going to get it going. Now you've got Dylan Cousins out there. I think I saw him. But anyway, Devin Levi getting it going. He's going to go up to the point. Now Finland at their Canadian blue line. All of it. Everybody's getting the 4-1 going. And which team is better, Finland or Sweden? I'd say Sweden is better based on what I've seen tonight, but I guess it'll be based on what we see tonight out of Sweden against the USA. And let's go back the other way. Canada getting it going. Dylan Cousins battles it off, and boom. Empty net goal, 4-1. 4-1. And there we go, 1:17 to go in the third period. Ooh, baby. And here you go, Harpoon, you're talking about Hellebuck not showing up in the playoffs, but you needed to rely on Demko showing up in the playoffs to have a chance against Vegas. That means the rest of your team didn't show up and only your goalie did. Open-ended questions. Open-ended questions. Alright, anyway, back in the net for Dylan Cousins, who scores a huge goal to make it 4-1. And now, well, let's see what happens here to round this out. Dylan Cousins, luckily, probably takes the point lead in the tournament. And that's interesting to see as well for Canada. Germany's got Stützle in there at 10, and of course JJ Peterka at 10. Dylan Cousins now at number 1 with 11 points. Anyway, 57 seconds to go in this hockey game. Who assisted? I have not seen the official goal record yet on the scoreboard. I might have missed it, but we'll find out in minutes here when we wrap this game up. 44 seconds left on the clock. That's going to be an icing against Canada. 39-18, the shots on goal. Dylan Cousins leads the tournament with 6 goals and 11 points. And good to go there, that's for sure. All right, let's carry it home, ladies and gentlemen. 1 like shy of 85. If somebody can clutch that up, that'd be greatly appreciated. And let's find out what we get going here, as this one's going to be saved there by Canada off the face-off. 37 seconds to go. And everybody else, you're about 30 seconds ahead of me. Let's see what happens here. Is Sweden versus USA tonight at 7:30. It might be me starting a little late. Nice big saves there by Devin Levi to save it up. Good go to go. That's back the other way. Canada 15 seconds to go. Chalk up another win. And now 10 seconds in the third period left as Canada gets it again as they go 4-0 in the preliminary round. Cole, you were number 85. Thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for a great stream. I'd love to hang around, but I've got prime rib dinner to eat before Sweden versus USA. Hit that subscribe button because you want to come back here in about 45 minutes time for the second part of a doubleheader here on Dolany TV. Canada plays the Czech Republic in action on Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson. This is Dolany TV. I will catch you in a next live stream 45 minutes from now, hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I am up on